I'm feeling cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Guys, this is our last Basketball Wives review for this season. I'm so excited about this. Shout out to Cindy C. We were able to review the show in its entirety for Part B without missing a day. So shout out to Cindy C. I'm going to bring her up in just a second. But let's go ahead and take care of the business of the channel before we get into the show. If you want to join my tribe, please stay on my site. Go ahead and subscribe. Turn your notifications, turn them on all so you get notified every time I go live. Like the video, share the video, comment in the chat if you are here with us live, but also comment down in the comment section. You guys have been doing amazing with that, so we are getting back into the algorithm. Also, shout out to me and Cindy, because when we did our review of the preview of the reunion, we're at 9,000 views on our review for that. So shout out to that. Let's play the intro. Let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Cindy.
Hey!
What's going on?
Nothing. We have the final review.
Yes, we have finally made it. Okay.
We made it.
Before we even get into the rating of the episode, let's rate the entire season. How did you feel about this season?
I was not a fan at all. I mean, I'm at the very most, let's say a 2. Just because I've been such a long time fan of the show, but the cast, the repetitiveness, the non-twin twins, just the long break in between, like it, I would normally just say 0, but as a fan, of the show, I'm gonna respectfully give it a 2.
Yeah.
What about you?
Mine's gonna be a little bit higher because my girl was there this season.
Okay. Of course.
Just based off that, I'm going to give it a 5. Half and half. Okay. It wasn't as entertaining. Yeah. I feel like it was like a very lackluster season.
Yeah.
We didn't get what you said with the repetitiveness of everything that was happening. Yep. I'm just kind of tired of repeating everything over and over and over again.
Yeah, and we definitely never need a 3-month break or 4-month break in the show. Like, I mean, life moves on, other shows come on, and it's just kind of like, come on. And it just, for a cast that wasn't, that was brand new to each other, it just, you have to keep the momentum going. So, yeah.
Or even the fans that are watching or who are new or who have never seen this group of girls together before,
right?
It took away from the immediateness, the urgency to watch. I'll say
yes, agreed.
Because it's like they've been gone for like 3 months. Like I forgot what happened in Part A. There was a whole other cast here.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I do agree with you on that. And even if I take my 5 points of Brandi away, it will be a 0.
Yeah.
My 5 was just for Brandi. That's all for. But yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think that hopefully, if we get another season, they don't do that again.
Yes, and they have to have in my opinion, they also have to have a full cast of people that are going to consistently film.
Yeah,
Angel being missing a lot, British
yeah.
being missing a lot, and so it was only circulating between like four girls at a time. Like it just was not.
It was a struggle
It
cast.
was a struggle cast. Yep, yep,
Yes.
yeah. And we were struggling along with the cast.
We
Okay.
did. Well, we hung in there. We hung in
Yeah,
there.
we did. We did.
Let me say what's up to everyone in the chat. While we do that, and I'm gonna ask you before I even start reading the comments. Um, what do you give the reunion on a scale from 1 to 10?
Let's just go with a 5 because I was happy to see it over, but
Mhm.
we'll get into the things I really didn't like. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 5. How about you?
I think I'm gonna be a 5 with you.
Okay.
Okay, we together today. Okay,
We're together today.
we are
Yes.
together today.
And
I'm
the
gonna give it
bitter
a 5.
ends.
Yeah. And I know that like the hot spot was like at the end of it. We didn't even know this was
Right.
happening.
Right.
I feel like they could have really amped up people watching it had they had a revealed part of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, also I'm sorry, I'm not trying to badmouth her because I know that she has some issues of her own, but they could have got a better host too. I That was
Okay,
part of
well
her.
let's wait for that because I want to
Okay.
write that too. All
Okay.
right, so you guys in the chat, go ahead and drop down your ratings. Let me say what's up to everybody in the chat. Let's go on to Nola Reeds. Shout out to Nola Reeds. We did our Housewives of Atlanta review yesterday. It was totally fun. I enjoyed it. What's going on to Beautiful Black? She says, love Jackie. Jackie loves those that love her back, and that requires no S kissing to get her, period. What's going on to Denise in the chat? What's going on to Southern Bell 16? What's going on to Nariz? OMG, you cut your hair. Yes, I cut my hair.
It looks nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You
My
look
kids,
younger.
were like, Mister, your hair just changes so much. Yeah, it does. Uh,
It makes you look younger.
yeah, well, I definitely when I cut my hair, it definitely does that.
Yeah.
Miss Platinum 2001. What's going on with you? Hey D and Rocks. What's going on to Tracy Thomas? I think that's every. Oh, it's Silver Diamond. Hey, Silver Diamond. And I see you guys posting stuff in here that we're going to talk about. So I want to kind of wait and post your comments for that part. So I do want to start off with like the shocker things that happened before, well, after the reunion or whatever.
Right.
So, and I think I dropped the bomb on you because you didn't even know.
Yes.
Yes. What's going on to be hard in the chat as well. So D and Rods posted this. They said, did you hear about Duffy quitting the show? So literally I learned this right before we did the live. So let's pull up Duffy's Instagram. All right, so here we go. Let me take the comment down. I hate when this does this. Hold on. This is why I hate PCs. You can't touch nothing. It will shift your whole screen around.
Yes.
All right, so Duffy says tonight is the reunion, but also a goodbye to Basketball Wives. I will miss sharing my life with the fans of the show, but I won't miss the drama. I don't know what is next for me, but I would love to act or host. We will see. I know that God makes no mistakes, and I'm on the path that is destined for me. So, my friends, family, and beautiful team that supported me on this journey, I thank you all so much.
Oh, Duffy.
So Duffy's out of there. Okay.
Duffy's out. Duffy's out.
Now, I also want to post some ghetto that she did. That's up
Okay.
here and here. So
Okay.
Duffy, shout out to her beautiful family. She showed her dress, and then she's like, "If you want to wear, if you wear a 44, I'll sell it to you in a DM."
What? Wait a minute.
What?
What?
If you wear a size 44, she will sell
No.
it to you for the low. DM her. Okay, so if y'all want Duffy's
Wow.
dress, this is what it looks like.
She looks great. I mean,
She does. She does
from
look
the
great.
from the whole season, that was her best hair, best dress, best look to
Yeah.
me.
So again, shout out to her beautiful family. But yeah, Duffy's selling her
Wow.
dress, so looks a
So,
little
I mean, okay. I
looks.
wouldn't mind her hosting, to be honest, because she has at least some history with those ladies.
Yeah. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
And then also let's get into Jackie Christie a little bit, then we can talk about both of them. So Jackie Christie was posting last night as well. She said, I haven't seen the reunion. I refuse to give any energy to it, period. So Jackie allegedly didn't watch it. Here you see her, the dog and all this stuff. She did promote it though with her and Jennifer. So how do you feel about Duffy quitting? And then also how do you feel about Jackie not watching the reunion?
I really, if this had ended in part A, I would have been like, bye, Duffy. But I really, in part B, I liked her.
Yeah.
Actually liked her. I felt really bad for her. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to go through a whole season of the same shenanigans that we just finally got done with. And it's not a good look for any brand, for any person that is trying to grow and do something more outside of Basketball Wives. It's just not a good look. I think that's the same reason that Drea left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you want to expand whatever you're doing, like in the entertainment industry, you cannot stay there. Wives to me is really for people like Jackie. You know what I mean? So it's very clear that she wants to elevate. So unfortunately, that means leaving the show for her. But I think she'll be fine without it. But I do feel bad for her. What about you?
Um, Honestly, I think after watching the reunion, I was disappointed in Duffy. And we'll get into that. I was disappointed in Duffy because I felt like there were things that were happening that we weren't seeing. And Duffy was just way too positive in different situations. And she was kind of putting herself in situations for me that didn't make any sense. But, as the show went on, I kind of understood. I mean, as the reunion went on, it kind of made sense for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of the girls hate her, but I think that Duffy doesn't understand the semantics of, reality television. So I'll say that.
Okay. I don't agree with that.
I know. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Okay.
We'll get into it. Because I know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to I think it's Aline, for the super sticker. Y'all didn't rate the reunion. Y'all rate the reunion.
I know.
Marie says we need actual Basketball Wives. We need a fresh cast. We don't need actual Basketball Wives because no other show or franchise actually have wives. So that's not true, but I do see what you're saying. Dean Ross says when Brandi told Jackie, "I'm worried about your safety," when her and Brooke makes me think Brooke wanted to fight again Jackie in early season. Okay. And guys, we'll get to that later. Beautiful Bless says happy Duffy is leaving the show. She has shown so much growth with class. Okay.
Yes, she has.
Nola says that Jackie does no wrong. Okay. We're getting all the love hearts from Silver Diamond. Let's see. Nola says, is the show canned yet? Is Admit Love and Marriage Huntsville canceled yet? Thank you so much for Chi-Town here. She says, welcome to SoDebNair show. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button as you enter the room. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the commentary. She says, I just saw a clip, so I won't be much help for you tonight, Cindy.
That's okay.
Typical Jackie, the queen of delusion. We about to get into that.
Yeah.
And say that, okay. Nola says, I'm here for my brother and Cindy because this whole show is trash. Beautiful Black says, it was nothing to look at twice. Jackie didn't need to watch it. Them drama build a doll. Build a doll.
I don't know what that meant.
She's talking about when Jackie called Evelyn's daughter a build a whore.
Oh, got it.
And Alim says I give it 7.5. So we got one rating. So that means most people probably didn't even watch it.
Wow.
So let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's get into it. All right. So I just skipped to this part. It says Duffy is not at the reunion because she's sick. Now, do you think that Duffy was sick? Seeing that she quit the show, do you think Duffy was sick?
No, I think she wanted to quit the show.
Yeah, I think she just wanted to quit the show.
Yeah.
They asked Jen about her new man. Tamar asked about Jelani. British screams out "buy a wig." Now, why would British be screaming that out?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm annoyed by British altogether.
Me
I
too.
really don't need to see her back. I feel like she is such an instigator. No, but if they're not addressing her or the ankle monitor, she never needs to speak. Like she's, why are you yelling out anything?
Exactly.
It was
I'm like,
just,
let her talk about it because they didn't
yes,
ask you a question. And I know you need to be inserted because you didn't have that many scenes.
exactly.
You can't talk about your case, but you could have elaborated on that ankle monitor that's not on your leg anymore. But you could have elaborated on
Absolutely.
that. So we had to hear
Absolutely.
about it all damn season.
Yep.
But she screamed out by a wig. Girl, buy you and your wig and your bodysuits.
Yes. And the
Um,
bodysuits, especially last night's, which was horrible to me. That was like the ugliest one yet. But okay.
and like, let's talk about the looks.
Okay.
Nobody was giving anything.
No, I like Jen's look at first, but
Yeah.
that's a dress or an outfit rather for standing. When she
Yes.
sat down, that the
Because it was
collar
almost like she
part,
was like this the entire time.
yes, exactly, right, right, exactly. And I'm like, you couldn't really fully appreciate the ponytail. You couldn't really fully appreciate the look, you know.
Yeah.
So it is pretty when she was standing up, though. I will say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like, I wasn't a fan. It's, I was expecting more from Brooke as
I
well. I
was
mean,
too. I was too.
I know it was a name brand, but I was like, Girl, where are you going?" It looked like she was going to a basketball game or something like that. It didn't,
Maybe that was the theme, basketball, sitting on the
no,
sideline. I don't know.
no,
Do
it
they
can't be.
have themes?
They typically try to match, but I don't think that, you know,
Nobody matched.
nobody match. Yeah. I
Brandy and
mean,
Jennifer matched. That was probably about it.
yeah, exactly. And then, we had Angel and her blue feathers, and then we had Jackie, who's always in black. It's like,
Jackie was like the dimness of the whole thing. Like
yeah,
everybody has on all these colors, and then you have on black.
she always has all black though.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's what I'm saying. There could not be a theme because
Yeah,
Jackie
no.
showed up. Jackie showed up like she didn't want to be there.
Yes, because she knew that she had to answer for her bad behavior.
Yeah. Um. Oh, I went off of my comments. So, I said, first of all, where is your ankle monitor for British?
Right,
And then this is why they didn't let her go to Mexico because
right.
you're unhinged. Um, you want to see Jennifer in a miserable relationship. Talking about Jelani, I went off about Jelani,
Uh-huh.
and she said Jelani. So Jennifer said that Jelani's a great guy. They're friends. I don't think they're friends.
I don't think so
They are
either.
just not aligned in certain areas in life. And I'm like, expound, like, tell us what happened.
Exactly. I felt like that was not and again, a better host would have asked her more questions about that,
Yeah,
because we saw him the entire season. You have
right.
to have more to say than we didn't align. Like, just say, like, as I thought more about marriage or having children. I really just didn't feel like, we were in the same something else. I just felt like,
Yeah,
letting her get away with that, like, one liner, like, he's great, but I've moved on and he's amazing. When she
yeah,
said that, I was just like, so was Jelani. Jelani was amazing too.
right.
I felt like, we needed a host to pull out more information because it was just like he was a blip, even though he was with her the whole season. You
Yeah.
know, I just
And
didn't
she talks
appreciate it.
so great about him. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like, it's like we get to the reunion. It's like, he's a great guy. We're friends, but, we just in the line. Like, no, we need more.
Yes.
We need to know why y'all didn't align.
Yes.
How did the friendship happen after y'all broke up? Why did y'all break up?
Yes.
Was it because of the new guy? What happened,
What
Jennifer? We want to
happened?
know.
Yes.
We need to know what happened.
Well, that was what gave her any as much camera time as she had this season.
Because of
And
Jelani.
yeah, so I'm like, the meat market started it off all the way to the end in Mexico when he showed up. So I'm like, that's what gave you some airtime. That's what gave her some content. So the fact that she just said he's great, but we're just friends and leave it at that, that's not enough for me.
Yeah. She summed it up to say that he's just not for her. And again, we just called it bullshit.
Exactly.
And we needed a better explanation than this. So then Tamar asked about the new guy. She said the new guy is amazing. He treats her like a queen, the queen that she is. Jackie rolls her eyes. I'm sick of Jackie.
Me too.
So we
Jackie
get.
just needs. Go ahead. Never mind.
Jackie needs to what?
No. I was just going to say, like, we get it. You don't like the girl. You are a
Yeah.
mature, older woman. Sit there and act like that.
Right.
She's acting like a child.
Tamar points out the only thing that we all ever heard about for Bridges the entire season that Bridges doesn't have an ankle monitor on her cankles. She feels lighter in the cankles, but she's going back and forth with strangers on the internet because British is unhinged. She's debating if she's going to be a Kanye or a Beyonce. She's going to be a Kanye because she can never be a Beyonce.
Right.
The blogs are posting about her new charges. Allegedly, and I'm going to say allegedly because British is not going to get me in trouble on this internet.
Put up your
Uh,
banner.
Yeah, let me put that up there too because British said some shit. I don't think this real. They should have put that. They should have put allegedly under when she started talking to.
I agree.
So allegedly, okay, there it goes. Allegedly, she doesn't have any new charges. I don't believe her. She claims that the prosecutor threatened to do it because of her lawyer didn't respond to her in the time that she wanted. But did she get a new lawyer?
Yes, she did because she was telling Brooke that in her kitchen. So she means now that lawyer is defaulting by not doing something on time. I'm right there with you. So Deb, I don't believe her.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
must have
believe
went to
her.
like JG Wentworth or something.
Right.
It's my money. I need it now. She must not know what type of lawyer that she needs because it's the
Exactly.
second one, and they're not doing what needs to be
And they're
done.
still not. They're allegedly still not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like
Yeah.
the judge is not going to threaten new charges. They said that the judge gave her new charges. Yep. The theme was drama.
I'm so with you, beautiful.
Yep.
And Tracy says Brandi and Duffy look nice. Oh, Tracy, now see, I'm gonna sit here with you with that one.
Brandi did look nice. I liked her little suit.
She did. I did. I like the Brandi hat on too, but it just
Yes.
wasn't giving like a reunion for me.
No,
Like
it
nobody
wasn't.
had a reunion outfit on for me.
Well,
Nobody.
to me, Angel did, but it was her style. You know what I
I
mean?
don't remember what Angel had on.
It was that a powder blue with the feathers and the she had on a gown. She had on a real gown.
I don't remember what she had on. Like, I mean, I
And
heard
those
what you're
and
saying.
those and those ugly blue contacts. I don't know why she thought she needed the contacts.
To match the dress.
To match the dress. To match the dress and her chandelier earrings.
Shotgun said, I'm tired of people acting like they just met. Jackie, everyone knows how she is by now, and she is too seasoned, like Big Mama's chicken, to be trying to change now. Listen, I mean, you know what? For this, what happened on this, though, this was a shocker for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Same.
So let's get to the Malaysia conversation. Tamar asked, does anyone wish that Malaysia wouldn't have left? Brandi said that she wishes that she wouldn't have left. After the Ponderosa, they had a conversation because it was weighing on her heart. To see what she can do to help her, Brooke says she wouldn't have let this group of women run her away from her money. And if she's having financial issues, and this is one of my main sources of income, she's definitely not giving it up.
I said
Uh,
that too.
I've been saying it all season.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah.
It's whack that she's left just because she was in the hot seat. And for me, I think this is my main issue with Malaysia is that everybody has been on the hot seat, but when she gets in it, like she can't stay.
Well, it wasn't that the fact that it was just like the hot seat. And once again, that was British's comment. So it meant nothing to me. British was the one instigating a lot too with Malaysia. If she kept speaking up for Brandi,
Mhm.
Brandi said, "Don't speak up for me. I got it." She did the
Right.
same thing for Brooke. Brooke was like, "I got it." So whatever issue that British really had, and I think it's because Malaysia never liked her or got her. She just felt like she kept digging at her. Now that's from my perspective. That's what I saw. British kept inserting herself, and she has been an instigator this whole season. When Malaysia walked away, then she was in Duffy and Brandy's relationship. Like she just needs to
She
mind
did.
her business. You know?
I agree with you. I agree with that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've meant to play this before, but because we'll never see Jelani again, um, Let's go ahead and play my tribute to Jelani.
Okay. Yeah.
Jelani?
Yes.
Yes, Jelani.
Yes.
That's my tribute to Jelani, guys.
Yes, he gets.
Shout out to Jelani for coming on the show and giving Jennifer a great storyline.
Absolutely.
And treating her like a lady. You know,
and treating her like a lady and being a gentleman and for giving us, the viewers, some eye candy.
Absolutely, because I don't think we had any on Basketball Wives.
Never. We've never had it.
Never.
Until now.
Okay.
Right.
I don't think I've seen a man on there that looked that far.
Never.
So Brandi feels like this group of women would have understood her Malaysia more. They would have also stepped in to be the support that she needed to have if she let them in. How do you feel before I go to what Tamar asked?
But they were picking on her, so I know as a Leo, if you're coming for me, you're not getting in. I'm not letting you in. I would rather walk away. I mean, I completely see where she was coming from. She had been there 10 years, and she's like, I don't want to. You do it, basically. I don't want to try to go back and forth with these women, especially because episode after episode they were giving her such a hard time. And she said, her mental health is more important to her, and I agree with her. And I also agree with Angel, who seems like such a sweetheart. She did say too that she wished that she hadn't left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Brandi and Angel, I think Brandi kind of doesn't really understand a lot.
Yeah.
When it comes to Malaysia, because I feel like there was so much, and I think this when we get out to Duffy, that's why I have my issue with Duffy. There was so many, like he said, she said, things that were going on between Brandi and Duffy in Malaysia and everybody in the group with Brandi.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Angel kind of really seen it, and Angel fought out a lot of shit today.
Yes, she did. She did.
I was like, if Angel didn't do her part on the show, Angel did her part on the reunion.
Yes, I was really proud of her. I was like, yes, go ahead, Angel. Like they were all giving like PC answers, and then she would just give like one flat answer, like this was it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, Angel.
Yeah. And no, I just told y'all why they broke up, so you got to go back and listen to it. All right. So Tamar asked Brandi, does she feel like Malaysia was in a position to trust that? And she brings up Malaysia confronting her about she asked about her being in place. I don't think the Malaysia was in a place to trust any of that, to be honest.
Yes, agreed.
I think that a lot of them made it really like to a point where Jackie or Brandi could even come to her to even make her believe that.
Right. I agree.
So I was with Tamar with that question. I thought that Tamar asked a really great question when she asked that.
That was a good question. I think that was also her way of saying, like, it was clear that she couldn't trust you guys, basically. Yeah.
And I don't think that Brandi like even comprehended that, but I think a lot of it is that I feel like a lot of what they told towards Brandi, it was more of like, Malaysia doesn't like you, and Malaysia this. I think even Jackie. So no one said this now or later. I feel like Malaysia and the girls were doing a lot against each other to keep the shit going between Brandi and Malaysia.
I don't.
And this is based off what Jackie said, and this I guess, this comment.
Right.
And when
But
we
I
get
don't,
there,
but
like I will let me elaborate when we get to that part with Jackie.
okay. Okay.
Because when Jackie said, I was like, damn, like that, it makes sense to me. But we'll get there in a minute.
Okay. But
She brings.
let me just throw out there that I don't feel like Malaysia was doing anything, but I do agree that all of the ladies except for Angel were.
Say that one more time.
I don't agree that Malaysia was doing anything to keep the mess going, except for, like, you know, all of the ladies seem to want to do that, including Jackie, except for Angel. The only thing,
I don't believe that based off what Jackie said later on. That's why I said let me wait till we get to there. What's going on, Young Rich? Hey, Young Rich.
hey, Young
Um,
Rich.
Jackie said something later on that I realized that what I thought Malaysia was doing that. But let's wait till we get to that point. Then we can kind of
Okay.
go back to this.
Okay.
So she brings up Malaysia confronting her. Brandi brings up Malaysia confronting her about her talking to Gennaro. Brandi says she didn't appreciate that. Brandi says Malaysia was playing a lot with the cameras. And I believe that already. So when she said
Yeah.
that, I believe that.
I don't
But
believe that.
I
And
know
I
you
feel
don't.
like that's once again Brandy acting like a victim and making it seem like she wasn't participating in anything that was causing that, and she was. So
Jackie confirms this later on. So that's why I really want. I should have put this at the end, but Jackie confirms that. But let's keep
not
going.
to that point. I think that
No, Jackie does. She does.
let's get there.
Okay. So Tamar asked how Jackie felt. She said she was sad. She kept telling Malaysia no one was out to get her, but she also didn't know about her house. And I thought, wow, so that's pretty effed up because, well, not pretty effed up because, I mean, we all read the blogs, or a lot of us
Hmm.
read the blogs, so we knew about that thing that was going on. Jamal wasn't paying the bills. I know you
Okay.
learned that the last time, but
Yeah, I
Jamal
was
wasn't
gonna
paying the
say
bills.
I don't know that
Yeah,
guy. I heard it for the first time from you.
yes.
So
And let me address this real quick, Shy-Time. That's not what I'm saying. That's not even what I said at all. But I know that's just how you took it. So
I appreciate you, Shy Town.
so Tamar asked, "Does anyone feel Jennifer was out of line for sharing that?" Now I feel like we all feel that was out of line.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
was totally out
Because
of line.
we've in the history of any of these shows, we never hear about anybody's financial anything, any house, anything. Like I
Yeah.
just felt like Jen, found out again what she has done in previous seasons that has gotten her in trouble is
Mhm.
talking about stuff like this. And I
Yeah.
just feel like, she doesn't ever want to address her stuff. Even let's go back to, handsome Jelani. Like she won't even address it in detail. But then you're
Mhm.
talking about somebody's house being in foreclosure. Like I felt like that was the lowest of the low. And I don't feel like Malaysia did enough to her to have her throw her under the bus like that.
I don't know if that's true, but
Okay.
you throw a table at me, it's no holds bar for me.
But
Throw
then
a
she
table at
shouldn't
me,
have
I'm
been
done.
lying.
I
But
don't give
then
a
she
damn
shouldn't have been
I
lying.
don't care how you feel, what you got going on.
You
I still
shouldn't have
think it's
been lying.
wrong, but I can see why Jennifer did it because don't throw no table at me.
Well, then don't lie.
Okay, we're gonna agree to disagree.
Okay. And you making it
Brooke
seem
says
like
that they are all.
you
Brooke
made
says
it
that
seem
they
like
are.
it.
Are I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say you're making it seem like it made contact. She just threw it in her
I don't
group.
care if it made contact or not. Don't throw no tables at me, ma'am.
Then
After
don't be a
that,
liar.
I don't. You are unhinged to me in my life if you throw a table at me.
Then don't be on the show and then don't be a liar. But
I
okay.
don't think that we ever. I mean, Evelyn did throw bottles, so I can't say that.
Thank you.
Um,
And
I don't. I
drinks.
mean, but that girl was like a one hit wonder on the show. But if I'm Jennifer, I don't give a damn. Listen, you throw a table at me forever. I will not. I will not.
Whatever, then I find it really interesting though that she would keep coming on the show because she had Evelyn jumping on a table lunging at her. So why would you keep coming back if you were so offended by the behavior of these women?
But that's to me. I think that's different because they had a real friendship.
No, so
Um,
Deb, you cannot fault somebody for some one behavior and then somebody else does it and it's okay. No.
Okay, so let's say that let's say that me and you've been friends for like, let's say Duffy and Brandi 19 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we are getting to a spat. I don't let your friends stay at my with all this stuff that's going on,
Right.
and we get into this scuffle. Like there's gonna be a little bit more loyalty there, a little bit more
Respect.
there. There's some random person I just met on a show that I'm on throwing a table.
Right.
I'm sorry. Malaysia on the table for me. If I'm Jennifer, and again, Jennifer's a Virgo, so that's probably why I really resonate with that. You throw a table, I don't know you that well. You throw the table with me. That's it for me.
Jennifer has done a
It's
lot.
on site every time. If you do something to me, it's on site. I would have sued the shit out of Malaysia.
Jennifer has done a lot of wrong stuff on that show,
She
and
has.
so I don't see her as an innocent victim who hasn't wronged any of those women. Now, she is not aggressive like the other women, but she has done some horrible things on that show. Okay?
Like, what's worse than throwing a table with me?
Saying that my child is a whore and sleeping around for money.
I don't know. Jennifer didn't say that her daughter was a whore. That's what
She
someone else
did.
said in the blog. No, Jackie said that.
No, Jackie said that too, but Jennifer said it as well. When they were in Portugal,
No,
that
Jennifer
is
said
why.
that she was taking care of Evelyn and the bills and stuff.
No,
That's
no,
what
no, no,
Jennifer
no,
said.
no, no. She also called her a slut, basically.
I
She
don't think Jennifer said
go
that.
back and
I didn't
watch
go
it,
back and watch
please,
because I
so
feel like
Deb,
Jennifer
because
said
that's
that.
why. No, no, no. Go back and watch it because that's why when Evelyn confronted her and she was choking up and had tears, she said, "Did you talk about my child? Were
Yes,
you
and
talking
when
about my
Malaysia
child?"
and when Shaunie repeated what she said, she was talking about that Jennifer was saying that basically Shawnee's was taking care of the household because
No,
Evelyn wasn't there.
not just that. She was also talking about her being loose. Period.
That build whore came from the season with Jackie when
No,
Evelyn
that
came
she
back. Hold
said it
on, listen,
too.
Cindy. It came from the season when Evelyn first came back when her and Tammy got into it because of Evelyn giving Jackie's daughter that money. And Jackie was like, I don't talk about your daughter be called a builder whore. That's where that came from. That was that same season.
That's not true. Jen also said it. Jen said, and then when Evelyn confronted her, and I love Ev, so I remember clearly. She said, she said, were you talking about my daughter? And Jennifer said that was when I was mad at you. I didn't. She said, was if you didn't, she goes, I didn't start that rumor, and she goes, but you repeated the rumor.
Yeah, I do not want to go back and watch all this shit again, but I know that that's not where that came from. That came from Jackie.
No, I let's agree to disagree and let's move on. But
Okay,
I think
let's move
that
on.
was part of Evelyn's and Jen's issue as well. That was
This
one
the
of the
season
rumors.
when Evelyn came back, Jennifer came back 2 seasons after that.
No,
But it
but when
came
she
from Jackie when Jackie was mad about Evelyn giving her daughter that money, and she was like, "I don't get in your personal business. Like, I don't go around talking about your daughter being a builder whore." That's where
when
that came from. But
no
Jennifer wasn't even on that season.
when Jen and Evelyn were on that season together and they all went to Portugal, that was when Malaysia was like, this girl has been spreading around like 3 or 4 rumors about Evelyn. Did you know that? And she kept saying, Jen, what did you send me? Jen, what did you tell me?
That
And
was
that's
about Shaq. That was about Shaq.
no, it was okay. Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on.
So we get to so Brooke says that they are on reality television. They're all sharing their uncomfortable moments.
No, they're
Jennifer
not.
doesn't regret sharing Malaysia's business. She regrets Malaysia can't pay her bills, and I think I put that there myself. She regrets that Malaysia is going through this. That's what she said. I said she can't pay her bills. Angel doesn't feel like they created a safe space for Malaysia. That was a part of the problem. British thinks Malaysia only wants you to see the good things about her. She wants you to think she's walking on water. Duffy shuts all the Angry Birds down, and she says that it just wasn't a comfortable season for Malaysia to share that. Jamal stop paying them the babies on the mortgage.
Now, I don't know about
I
the
had my own
Jamal.
spice onto that,
Oh,
but
okay. I was going to say whoever was paying, and nobody on any in my opinion, nobody on any reality show is as bad as Sheree no pay.
yeah,
So
Sheree
it's
can't
not.
pay.
Sheree can't pay.
Yes,
So I mean, I just feel like I obviously agree with Duffy and Angel, and I felt like it was inappropriate, to say the least, and tacky on Jen's part.
Now, I do agree that was inappropriate. I do agree
Yeah.
with
Yep.
that. All right. Nobody even knows if this rumor is true about Malaysia. They've
Right.
never heard it. They don't know if it's true. But they all have heard it, and
Right.
I think even in the blogs that we've heard it too. So I mean, because Jamal allegedly was Jamal supposed to be paying the bills.
Got it.
Uh, Nobody has talked to Malaysia besides Brooke, because she reached out to her about her daughter passing. Duffy makes a joke saying that she talks to Malaysia every day.
But I think she still does talk to her.
I think she does too.
Yeah.
But she made it like it was a joke.
Right.
She says that they don't talk despite what Brandi may think. Brandi says again she doesn't care about who Duffy is friends with. Stop bringing back the bullshit you hear about her and me.
No comment.
Okay. All right. So Jennifer, Jennifer thought that the Ponderosa was a safe place to say how they feel. How does Jackie feel about the ladies calling her bored? British owns up to it and says, "No, I said that because Jackie be bored." Tamar asks about her meddling in people's business. Jackie admits she gets paid to be in their business. Anything on that?
No.
All right. Malaysia told Jackie before the Ponderosa that the ladies were going to throw her under the bus, but the Ponderosa was actually to pay homage to Jackie, from what they said.
It wasn't.
That's why they all dressed up like her.
They were making fun of her, and now they're trying to backpedal and act like they weren't trying to. I mean, let's be real. Somebody like that is volatile and dramatic and cuckoo like Jackie. You don't all dress up like Jackie and have her take it as a compliment. She obviously knows that it's going to make her look, you're making fun of her basically. So I don't believe that.
Lovely Gideon said Evelyn knew Jennifer didn't say that. She had a roommate who said that Evelyn beat up the roommate and threw her out. It was used as a storyline. I don't know that story, so I don't know. Do you know that story?
I don't.
Olivia says, I feel like they keep using Malaysia to get Brandi upset. They do. They do.
They do.
They were making fun of her, of Jackie.
Thank you. Thank you. It was so clear. And why they tried to make it seem like it wasn't like that on the reunion. I think that
Duffy was the one I think the reason why I'm a little on the fence is because Duffy's the one who set it up.
Yeah, but Duffy.
And I don't think that Duffy didn't like Jackie.
No, I don't think she disliked her, but I think that they're trying to backpedal the jokiness of it. I think that she tried to clean it up by saying like it was like an homage to Jackie, and we all wore black and we all had our fanny packs. And
well, they were all saying it because I think there was a misconception of why they were meeting.
Yeah, but I feel like, the sidebar conversations before they got to the Ponderosa was, what is Jackie doing and why are we doing this Ponderosa? I think that they were trying to make fun of her for being like, why are we here? Basically. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you guys are saying, but I also don't feel like, because they didn't come in dressed up like Jackie looked like a mess. They came in black with fanny packs.
Well, typically most
of them, it still seems like fun shade to me.
It doesn't seem like fun shade to just somebody like Jackie, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, Jackie is not a normal person, so
right?
Can you really? Okay. Can you really put that on a platform and say it doesn't seem like if you talk about Jackie in any type of way, she's going to feel bad. So I don't really feel like what they did was wrong. If Jackie took it the wrong way, okay, fine, but. If they did,
like
because they didn't. I think about like Potomac, like when Ashley came in with Karen's with her bad wigs on. Like they didn't come in with Jackie looking a mess. It was like all black with fanny packs. Like it wasn't bad.
I don't watch that show, so I don't know who you're talking about. But
I'm just saying, when they're like imitating someone, even the Housewives of Atlanta have done it with I forgot who had the bad wig on, but they've done it on Housewives of Atlanta. Like a lot of shows do it. But it wasn't to me. It wasn't bad enough for Jackie to be upset about
it. I don't feel like they were making making her look raggedy. I'm just saying the fact that they would sit there and try to dress like her in their way because like I thought like Jen looked cute. All of that.
They came in cute.
They came in cute because they're cute. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like still don't feel like that wasn't them making fun of her. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
They weren't making her look like a clown and raggedy, because that's not how they want to present themselves. But
Yes.
by them dressing up like her, it was shady
Pete
and not
Dahmer says
funny.
Jackie has low self-esteem.
She does.
Yeah. Miss Wilson says they made fun of Drew's wigs in the beginning. Yeah, they made fun of a lot of people's wigs on the show.
Right.
It just wasn't enough for me to be like, oh yeah. I mean, they trashed Jackie. So to me, it was fun shade.
Okay.
We had this little moment about Jackie's dog. Do you want to talk about that?
No.
The dog is not humping people; he's humping other dogs now.
Gross.
Let's move on.
Thank you. Because every time I think about that, I think of like Jackie being inappropriate and saying inappropriate sexual things. So gross.
And the dog is picked up on the owner.
Yes.
All right. So then we get to Brandi and Duffy. Oh, and I want to start because I know we probably would want to talk about this. Before we got into this conversation, I want to know why they didn't call British out.
Yeah, me too.
Because this was all British's fault.
It really was. And why they didn't go back to that initially and just kind of skipped over it was kind of like, well, no. And British, since she wants to instigate so much, she should have chimed in and said too, like when British asked me, this is what I said. And, it still made it seem like, she still didn't tell her the full information. Right. Hey, Sassy Peach.
Hey. And that's very true.
I just feel like, when Brandi was talking about what she and British spoke about, she elaborated and said, like, the loyalty, and then just British was sitting there all quiet, like she didn't even say the beginning of the conversation. Whatever. I didn't get that. I was frustrated. I was really hoping that Brandi would have looked back on the season and the scenario and how it unfolded and saw.
And Jackie and Jennifer.
Yeah.
Because it was all British's fault. So it was confusing to me. Now I might have missed a part because I know that I'm putting the notes in order, but maybe I missed the part.
About
Tamar asked Duffy how's the friendship between her and Brandi.
Right.
She says finding out about Brandi's son on the reunion is the most hurtful part of this experience. Now, did that happen already?
That happened already. Yep.
Okay. So I must have skipped over that part.
When at the very beginning.
Let the people that are watching know what is happening. So
okay.
They asked Brandi about going, moving to LA.
Right.
And she said that they are going to be moving to California. She did say LA. They're moving to California because of her son's health conditions. I know he has to have, is it heart surgery?
Yes.
He has to have heart surgery, and if he doesn't have it like as soon as possible, it could jeopardize his life.
Right.
When Duffy said this, I felt like floored and so sad for her because I felt like, damn, I felt bad because I was like, damn, like they really haven't been talking.
Right.
And I feel like, outside of Brandi and Duffy's, problems.
Right.
She still loves her kid,
Yeah. And Duffy still loves Brandi.
Yeah. Well, we learned that at the end of the damn thing, but.
Well, no, I mean, she the whole season, especially part B, you saw that. We saw that Brandi, was less. Okay, just go on.
I just think that Brandi learned a lot during the season. I think when well, we'll get there. Yeah, let's wait.
Okay. Yeah.
So Tamara asked about the friendship. She says finding out about Brandi's son on the reunion is the most hurtful part of this experience. Brandi said her responsibility is not to rush and call Duffy about her son. Duffy says she doesn't do anything to Brandi. Brandi lists off all that that Duffy did do to her. She sums it up to Duffy.
She didn't know. What were the things that she listed, so Dad?
I didn't list them off because it was like we talked about like so many times.
Okay.
I know it was like, wait, what is it?
The loyalty
comments.
Right.
It was stuff that she said. I don't know. I really didn't want to go over this again.
Okay.
Because this is a stupid argument to me.
Yep.
So that's why I said something that Duffy didn't listen. Duffy says that her comments on her list were negative about her. Duffy's loyalty comment pretty much solidified how Brandi had been feeling, and Brandi reveals that British. This is where I really wanted to get to. British told her what Duffy had said, and this is why I'm mad that they did not address British.
Right.
About what Duffy actually said to her. because British went back and said, like, she said, I don't talk to her on the phone. We don't like all this stuff. Like, it was just like, why did British go back and say all that?
Right.
But it changed because she doesn't feel. She said British says everything that Duffy said. She did say the word enemy when it pertained to Malaysia in that conversation, but I guess production didn't show that she changed the word enemy around and said that because she doesn't think that her and Malaysia are not friends. But basically, Duffy had been putting on a show for the cameras. And I'll be honest, Cindy, I think in the beginning when we were talking about this, I kind of said this because Duffy was just way too positive in the show. But it seemed like there was stuff that we were missing. Brooke says, once you tell me, they asked the people on the panel, and Brooke says, once you tell me that you don't owe me any loyalty, everything is off the table. Angel says she thinks that the friendship has expired.
I'm going to give a shout out to my girl Angel.
Because she was on point.
She was on point. I agree with her. I feel like the friendship has expired. However, I feel like British's instigation and Brooke saying, once you tell me there's no loyalty, there's no coming back from that. I really am over the three B's. I feel like the three B's seem like mean girls. I feel like they probably enjoyed the fact that, whether they say so or not, they enjoyed the fact that, that those friendships were coming to an end. I felt like they had a hand in um, manipulating and instigating the relationship with her and Malaysia, Brandi and Malaysia, and the same is true for Brandi and Duffy. I feel like the further away she got from
I didn't think about that, Cindy.
Okay. I was going to say, I feel like the further away Brandi got from both Malaysia and Duffy, the closer she got to them, and vice versa. And I don't like that behavior. I'm sorry.
But I didn't even think about the friendship between Duffy and Brandi too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they were there for that. I think that British was.
I feel like it was Brooke too.
Really?
I really do. Yeah, because I feel like Brooke even saying that, like, she had been reasonable, when she was kind of inserting herself in the fight between Jennifer and Jackie. I felt like Brooke seemed more reasonable. When it came to both Malaysia and Duffy, I felt like it was kind of shady. Her and British seemed like they were like, well, girl, she said you weren't loyal, but I can't be her friend. Like, you don't have to keep dragging that out. Like, let her speak to her friend when she is ready.
But
and they kept pushing them, like, do you guys want to talk? I think you guys should talk. Like, leave them alone and let them figure it out.
But I think that when Brandi said that Duffy was doing stuff behind the scenes, like, there was stuff that we didn't see, and then when British actually like revealed what Duffy had said, it kind of makes sense for me a little bit. Because it wasn't aired on television, it does look a little bit different. But I think because there was so much said behind the scenes, I could see why they would be in that space when it comes to Duffy. Because to me, they came on as a friend to Duffy, and they don't know Duffy before any other season either. So I also can see the breakup of the friendships with Brandi in Malaysia and Duffy as well, though, what you're saying. So I think I'm sitting on on a level side with that.
Right. I just feel like, I have seen, especially from when Duffy was first on the show, I felt like she was trying to do reality TV. And in this particular season, especially in part B, I saw a lot of growth in her. And I felt really sad because I felt that she was really trying, and she really wasn't trying to beat up on Brandi, but it was once again British running back and focusing on girls. I didn't like her post in Malaysia. Number one, that's not your place. Who cares if you liked it or not? You don't like Malaysia, so who cares if you didn't like that post? It wasn't your social media. You don't have to speak on it, but then of course you do, and then you run back and confront Duffy with it to push her to the point of saying, like, I don't see what the big deal is. They were cool at that time. We were cool, and she was doing me free advertising my stuff for free. So why can't I repost her? And from what Brandi said, she didn't have a problem with it. It
Right.
was them two, especially British, but Brooke as well, running back, being like, "What and what?" And after all you've done, basically, they didn't say that, but that's how it was coming to me across to me as a viewer, and I just feel like Brandi should have been a little bit stronger in knowing her friend as well and being like, I heard what you said.
Mhm.
Let me go back to my friend. I don't care if they talk every day or not, but let me go to my friend who I actually have known for 19 years and say, what's up with this? I feel like, she just kept falling into their trap of them being like, she said
She
this.
did mention that though, because she was like, I guess every time they were around, it was like times like it wasn't appropriate. So she was like, I forgot what they had. I think they went to Jackie's thing. She's like, I want to address that here.
Then pull her
Uh,
to the side and pull her in a room. I'm not going to let somebody look. I'm just telling you, me as a friend and
mhm.
me as a Leo, and being like, loyalty is paramount to me.
Well,
Like,
Brandy's a Gemini.
no, I'm talking about like it's even for like Malaysia. As
Mhm.
a Leo, when I see somebody trying to come in, and you're talking about a friend that I've known for many years who has lived with me and whatever, I'm going to hear what you say. I'm not
Yeah.
going to discount it, and I appreciate the sharing of it, but I'm
Yeah.
still going to go to my friend first. Before I get an attitude, I'm going to go to my friend and be like, "What's up?"
I hear you. I hear you.
But and I just feel like Brandi seemed to be reacting so quickly to the statement, instead of being like, even if like when British first told her, she was like, I gotta go, I gotta go, I would have gone. And even if I sat in my car and called Duffy and said, what's up, because I just left shooting a scene with British, and she said you said this, I would have said that immediately. That's
Mhm.
the kind of respect and grace that you give a long time friendship. And I wouldn't have. Now I still might be hurt by it or angered by it, but I'm going to go back to the person that I do know, not the new person that I'm just getting to know.
Mhm. Young Rich said that she heard that I heard. She said I heard Jackie taking over as EP of the show. Is that true? I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that either, and
I do know
I
that
would
they
be
were asking
surprised.
Shaunie to, like,
Step down.
yeah, because she's not a great EP. I have
No,
heard
that's
that.
not why. So damn.
Huh?
It's not. That's not why. It's not
Well,
because she's not
what did you get from it? That's what I got.
I feel like because she has made a life change to the church, and she's not in that life anymore. Like where she was 15 years ago is not where she is now.
That's not what I read in the blog that I read. So yeah, that's not what it said at all.
That's what I've seen and heard myself in interviews with Shaunie. So,
I think I actually I made a live about it. That's not what it said.
okay.
So I mean, maybe you read something else, but that's not what I read.
No, I've seen Shaunie talk about it in more than one
Oh,
interview.
Shani talked about it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. See, I just read what the blog said about what the production, I mean, what the team was asking for Shani to do. But maybe she
Right.
came out and made a statement. And maybe it was, I don't,
She did make a statement. I'll see if I can find it. Just now that the season is over and the drama is
I still
done.
wouldn't believe Shawnee's statement though, because that wouldn't make any sense to me because it's still going to, she still is going to get paid from the show.
Right.
I think she still wants to be involved in who's on the show. So,
I don't think that she does. I think from what she was saying is that she doesn't want to be affiliated with those women, so to speak. Now, of
okay.
course, she is the creator of the show, and I was looking at the credits at the end of the reunion to see if her name was listed. It was.
Hmm.
So I feel like I don't think that she wants to be involved with the girls that are on the show, but if she's going to get her little coin, she's not going to turn down the coin. And I can't imagine anybody wanting Jackie to be the EP of the show.
Me either. Me either. And if she does,
Because
she could never be on the show.
she could never be on the show, and she would
Never.
bring people back like
It would
Sunday.
be a Jackie Christie show with her children.
Yes,
Her and
and it would be full of crazy drunkards.
yes.
Yeah.
So let's move on to this little small part. Angel, she feels like she's back to herself. She gives advice to women going through postpartum. Did you have anything for this?
I like Angel. I like that she said that. I'm glad to hear that she's back to normal. It is like a hormonal thing. Like she had just given birth, and you have to adjust. You have to adjust. Your body has to adjust. Your life has to adjust. Your work life balance has to adjust. And I'm glad to hear that she's doing better.
You know what I wish is that, because I mean it was like we just skimmed over this.
Uh-huh.
And not me and you, but like on the reunion, it was like, "Are you good, girl? I'm good. I feel better."
Right.
Women, who have this get help, and then we move on to something else. I'm like,
Right.
it was like a big part of the show for a
It
show.
re-
It
it
was
really
like,
was. And it
"You
was a
good,
big
girl?
part.
We good? We all good? Everybody good? Okay, let's move on." Like that's how I
Right.
felt.
And it was a big part of why she wasn't around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Damn, like that's all she's going to get for that." But
Well, I
they
mean,
didn't even
it's
talk
not
about
like
like her engagement, like her how she felt when Rock gave her the promise ring, or like
right.
anything. Like it was just like, "You good, girl? We all good? Everybody good? All right, let's move on."
Right. Right. Or during the baby reveal when the twin was like
Yeah,
posting like for, shout out to the baby mamas and the free food or nothing.
yeah, like it's just like nothing.
They didn't talk about them at all, like they didn't exist. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like well, I guess we moved on, so let's move on.
Right. Right.
So we get to Brooke. Brooke filed for her divorce.
Right.
None of the ladies knew, but they are happy for her. She doesn't know what she wants to date at this point: men, women, dogs, cats, rats, rabbits, whatever it is. She might want to be poly. They are the ex-husband or fiance are still friends and they still have sex. Do you have anything for this?
No, but but the dogs, cats, the rats. I just feel
Brooke
like
wants to be a freak out in these streets. I mean, I ain't mad at it. Do you
and I'm
think?
not mad at it either. She's beautiful. I feel like, again, I don't think that she's gonna want a poly relationship because she doesn't, especially because she doesn't want a cheater for a husband. So I don't see that happening, but good for her. I say knock yourself out. She's grown. She doesn't have any small kids anymore. Just go have fun.
I keep seeing you guys saying that Angel's pregnant again, but that's not been confirmed, so we can't say that. So
Right. Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly she's pregnant again. That's what I keep saying. I mean, people kept saying she looks pregnant.
I
Honestly, I didn't think
really?
we gave Angel that much attention on the reunion because I mean she didn't have a lot of parts. So
Yeah, so true. She didn't look pregnant to me, but
people
okay.
kept saying she looked pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is even in my other reviews that I watched, people were saying that she looks pregnant.
That's so interesting. Well, I will say that,
Oh,
I
is it by
feel like,
Rock again?
yeah, I was going to say, I feel like Rock is probably trying to lock her in the way that, a woman would try to lock a man in. I feel like Angel is the more
Then
successful
lock it down
person.
with a ring, sir.
Right. It's
With the
well, and not a promise ring. Yeah.
yes.
I was going to say, well, he has given her jewelry, but not like the real ring. But I just feel like
And
he's
I
trying to.
don't know if I want to see her go through another pregnancy because how bad she goes through her postpartum.
Well, like I told you before, every pregnancy is different, and she
Yeah.
might not have it, because she didn't
But
express
I feel
having
like she
postpartum.
said that she had it with all her kids though.
No, she didn't say she had postpartum depression. She
Okay.
said that,
Oh
so
yeah, because you explained the difference between postpartum and
yes,
depression. Yeah.
there's difference. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you did do that. Okay, gotcha.
postpartum is just after you have a child and your body is going back to normal.
Hmm.
Postpartum depression is much more serious. So obviously now you have hormones in your brain that are telling you to be overwhelmed, anxious, sad, depression basically.
Hmm.
A lot of times a lot of women that experience postpartum depression don't bond with their kids. They don't want to hold their kids. They don't want to do anything with their kid.
Yeah.
I think they're just overwhelmed. So she may not have that experience again, but again, if she's going to be pregnant on the show, I don't want to hear her complain about being pregnant the whole time.
I
And
don't
I def
either. I'm sorry.
and I
I
it,
don't.
yeah, and definitely I don't want to hear if she does experience depression again. I don't want it. I'm sorry.
And I don't want to see her and Rock get another promise ring either.
I don't want to see him, but
I don't want. To be honest, and this is me. I don't want her back on the show
I really think she's so
unless she's going to
sweet.
come on like and give us something next time.
Yeah,
Because I
outside
mean,
of
I
being
think that she could have had a really bigger role with even when she had this season.
yeah.
But it just seemed like she wasn't giving anything, maybe because of depression. So I will give it that.
Yeah.
But even before that, like Angel was just like timid and afraid and like, oh girl, don't talk about my business. And
I
it
think
was she never really gave a lot to me.
but I feel like we need her niceness, if that's not really a word, but to balance out
Her
the
kindness.
the cattiness and the craziness. Like it can't everybody can't be on 100. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
But it's
she
just not giving personality though. Like it's not
it
giving like we're learning about Angel. Like we probably see Angel in like 3 or 4 episodes, part B.
right, but I feel like that's because she was dealing with postpartum depression. Even when she was in the first one, she was still kind of sad because that was when her son was really young and
And Rock wanted to lock him in the basement.
no, no, no. I meant the first time she was on the show with the other angel. So I feel like
Oh
she was
yeah.
kind of
Oh yeah,
sad
yeah,
when,
yeah.
yeah, because
And then
with
Malaysia
her,
was talking shit about her business. She didn't want to use her
yeah,
stuff and ain't like she it was a mess. But yeah, I got you. And then
yeah,
Drea
but
left her there by herself and
right.
you know,
But I felt like Angel still was kind of going more toe to toe. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And again, I enjoyed her on the reunion. I felt like her um her feedback was how I actually felt about any subject that they asked her about. She just
Yeah, me
summed it
too.
up and wrapped it up. So I was like, I was here for it.
Yeah.
Who I don't need to see back are really British, and I really don't need to see Brooke. I don't want to see like anybody
I
gaining them.
want Brooke to come back. I feel like because of Brooke's gonna be going through this transition with losing her daughter, I think that she will have a really good storyline. I think that Brandi even has one with her son he's got going on. I know it's sad, but I also think that it's going to be helpful for people who are going through those situations.
I don't need to see
Um,
the three B's back. I'm sorry.
I think we can get 2 B's and not one.
I think
And
we need no B's.
no, we're gonna need one.
No B's. No B's. No
We
B's.
need one.
No B's.
And we know who the main one is. The
That's
HBIC up in there.
yes.
But
So
let's get
first of all, that B is for you, but I don't need to see any B's.
okay.
Okay?
We're
Because
gonna
I
have
don't
one.
need to
We're
see
gonna have a B.
I don't
So
want to
let's
see.
let's get to the 2 J's.
Okay.
Jackie and Jen.
Let's get to them.
So Jackie and Jen haven't talked since filming. Jackie is over Jen but can work with her. Jen says the fallout started with the fashion show. Tamar asked about the listing. Jen says she also had that conversation with Jackie off camera because it was a private conversation. Shout out to Jennifer.
Yep.
If they are friends, they should be able to have a real conversation. Again, shout out to Jennifer.
Yep.
Jackie throws a pity party, and Jen apologizes to her if she hurt Jackie's feelings.
Which is what I told you when you last review when you asked me what I thought she was apologizing for. And I
Oh
said
yeah, you
she
did.
was looking at Jackie, and
Yeah,
and I'm sure it was because of that listing, because that's only the only thing that Jen did.
yeah. But she also asked if Jackie was offended. Why didn't she say something at that moment? And
Yes.
that is a very good question.
And that is the same question that I asked you at that
Yeah,
time. You
yeah,
know?
it is. But I'm glad that she asked Jackie that. And of
Yep.
course, Jackie went all around the mulberry bush about it.
Right.
Jackie makes excuses about people telling her not to be a friend with Jennifer. And I was like, well, now who done said this to her?
Right.
But then Jackie keeps talking. But she did it anyway. Jen asked again, why did she say something in the moment?
Yep.
Jackie reveals who was in her ear.
Right.
She said Jackie says because she was emotional and Malaysia was in her ear.
Right.
On top of that, she's trying to bring all of them back together. So this is a Malaysia situation with
Okay.
Jennifer. And so beginning when we were talking about this is why I feel like Malaysia was not innocent. Because when Jackie said this, I thought it was Malaysia. But when Jackie said it, it made sense to me because she doesn't like Jennifer.
Right. She doesn't.
She made nice with her at the beginning of the show because she didn't have any friends and Jackie was getting married, so she couldn't really like be mean to everybody because she was by herself. So it made sense when Jackie said this, and so when Brandi was saying, I don't know, did we ever talk about this part yet?
I don't know, but I want to comment so bad. I'm
Oh,
trying
go
to.
ahead. Well, go ahead and comment. Go ahead and comment.
Okay, I was just going to say, I feel like Jackie, like I said from the very beginning,
Mhm.
Jackie and Malaysia have a real friendship. Jen and Jackie really don't,
Oh,
and
that's
and Malaysia and Jennifer don't.
yeah.
So I feel like if somebody is going to say something about my friend, or I feel like somebody's going to do something about my friend, that's in a negative light. Like I said, me being a Leo, loyalty is everything. I'm going to tell that friend. I don't care if we're filming a show or not. So I don't feel like it's wrong that Malaysia would try to warn Jackie ahead of time about Jennifer. Jennifer has, like I said, done some dirty stuff and put Malaysia in a position to where she was like, you know, Jennifer, say something. Jennifer, say something. This is what you told me. And I feel like I feel like, that's what she was trying to avoid, um with having conversations. And again, Jackie has said more than once, not even as it pertained to Jennifer. I
Mhm.
feel like Jackie has said more than once that her and Malaysia had conversations about all of those women so that they could navigate through the season. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing.
So what I'll say is this: I can't make excuses for Malaysia anymore. And I know we're not going to agree on this,
Right.
but I feel like that Malaysia is manipulative when it comes down to a lot of things. And I think even when it comes from the friendship with her and Brandi up into this with friendship with Jackie, because she put Jackie on the line every season prior to them even coming together as LA and Miami. I mean Miami and LA together.
Right.
She put Jackie on the line every single time. And she put a lot of people in a position. So then we get to this season. And when Jackie said this, I said, you know what? This makes total sense to me as to why Jackie cannot even stay or be loyal to anybody on this show, because Malaysia doesn't like these girls and the girls don't like Malaysia. And Jackie, what she should have done was just stay, neutral in all of this, which Jackie can't do because
Right.
she feels like she owes Malaysia some type of loyalty.
But
Because
don't
when
but
that
do
season happened, hold on real quick. When that season happened, when they kicked Brandi off that show, Jackie and Malaysia had to come together because, to be honest, both of them would have been gone when Tammy showed up and Shaunie showed up, and they brought Evelyn because they were going to take over that LA scene. And so Jackie, because remember when Malaysia showed up to that car, and Jackie told her that they told her she was a plus one. She said, "I'm never a plus one. I'm always the one."
right.
And Jackie, Brandi, and Malaysia were trying to figure out how to keep LA to them. But Jackie and Malaysia folded. Brandi never did that. So they stayed on the show. Brandi left. Well, Brandi got kicked off. And then they basically Tootsie footed around the Miami girls.
So
So
do
I
you
feel
feel
like that Jackie feels like she owes Malaysia that loyalty because of that.
so you don't see it as, Malaysia and Jackie having a real friendship?
No,
Okay.
no.
I'd be curious to know in the chat what the audience has to say. Because I was also looking at, I was preparing for this, I looked at some of the actual basketball wives IG
Mhm.
page, and some of the snippets that they had, especially as it pertained to this situation.
Hey, Miss Bernice.
And a lot of people, hey Miss Bernice, and a lot of people they don't see it that way.
I'm sure.
I
I'm
would
sure.
say, like, as a friend, as being a friend, like if somebody, we've been friends all of this time. So Deb, I don't care if it was co-workers and then we grew into friendships, and so we've been friends. Do you think I would let a British, a Brooke, a Duffy, anybody else on that cast come to me and talk about you and me not tell you?
Let me ask you this then.
No, you didn't answer me though.
Okay, say it one more time so I can make sure I heard what you said.
Okay. So if you and I have been allies, let's just say, right?
Right,
So
right.
whether we're real friends, and if you don't think that they're real friends, fine. Let's just say allies, right? We've been on the show.
Now we're talking about who and who?
Jackie and Malaysia. So
Okay,
we've been on.
gotcha.
So say we're Jackie and Malaysia, okay, and
Hmm.
we've been allies. We started this LA thing together.
Hmm.
Whether we were liked or accepted at the beginning, I always liked Malaysia. Could take and could leave Jackie, but whatever. I digress. Let's just say we were allies and we've been on the show for a decade, and they have, right? Regardless of who came and who went. They both have been on there. And these new girls or the one-off girls who have been on a couple of seasons, only one season or whatever, like British or whatever, have come on and they're saying things about you, mean you and I have an alliance or friendship or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
and they're saying things about you. Do you think that I would not come to you and share that with you?
I think that I think that you would, but
Absolutely.
my problem steps in here, and I think that like both of these stem from Brandi. So Jackie and Malaysia were, the originals of the LA, right?
Yes.
Brandi came in season 3?
Yes.
Brandi and Malaysia were real friends. Jackie and
Right.
Malaysia are not.
Right.
So,
but they have been working together.
Right, they've been working together, and I understand that part.
Right.
But if we're talking about friendships versus working relationships, yes, I can see why Malaysia would choose Jackie, but that also causes trauma in my friendship too. And not only do we see this with Malaysia and Brandi, but we see this
But
with
she
Duffy.
didn't choose Jackie.
Huh?
We're talking about this. She didn't choose Jackie back then when she first came on. I'm talking about specifically this season. So now, fast forward.
No,
Now,
I'm getting to where you're
okay.
at.
Okay.
But I'm saying, so we're talking about a relationships with people on the show. Jackie and Malaysia have a work relationship. They created the show together. For me and you view that very differently because you feel like they were the hit girls, from the beginning. For
No,
me,
I
they were
didn't. No. I didn't
okay.
say that.
Okay.
I know that they weren't. They were on the outsider and they were new.
Yes, because it
We
was a
were
Govan
introduced.
girls.
Yeah, we were introduced to them. Gloria Govan was
Yeah.
the it girl, but
Yeah.
I feel like I liked Malaysia from the very start, and I didn't like Jackie from the very start. Like I could take her or leave her. I could see her part being
Mhm.
necessary, but whatever.
I feel like Malaysia wasn't really memorable, and I guess like we've kind of talked about this
Yeah.
until she became friends with Drea. It had nothing to do with Jackie.
Right.
And then they teamed up going against Jackie. I feel like they were really that friends for real.
Yeah.
I think Drea was more of an advocate for Jackie than even Malaysia was.
Yeah.
And then not Malaysia, Jackie and Drea fell out. So then Malaysia took, a different role and became a friend of Jackie's to
Right.
bring them back together. Then they brought on Brandi, and then they all took them against Jackie. So it was almost like Jackie was begging to be a part of the circle for most of the
Right.
time. But Jackie's like, "Oh, I am the matriarch, and I'm this and I'm that." To be honest, like you were begging most of the time from the
Yeah.
beginning. So you can't be a matriarch. Don't beg to be as a friendship. You are
That's
that
right.
girl. So
Yep.
I don't look at Jackie's role. That's like Evelyn and Jennifer coming on to Miami and begging Shaunie to be a friend.
Right.
I don't see Jackie's role like that.
Right.
So they all worked to get the Govan girls, up out of there.
Right.
And they became part. But at that time, that's Brandi had already showed up. And Brandi was a big part of the friendship between Jackie and Malaysia. Duffy, Drea, they got her up out of there. Brandi's like, I don't even know you, girl. You're not my friend. So
Right.
Drea ended up the next season bringing on Angel and then leaving.
Yeah, because I felt like she was done with the show.
There was no solidity in the friendships there until Brandi really showed up, and there was Malaysia, Brandi, and Jackie. So I think that's why I hold my stance on their friendships on that show, like when Brandi showed up, because it was no solid friendships there until then, because Drea, Malaysia, and Jackie were kind of maneuvering as how that even works.
Okay, so let's, like I said, can we fast forward to this season? Why would you think that Malaysia wouldn't still have a friendship / alliance, whatever you want to call it, with Jackie to tell her about what those other girls who are in most people's opinion outsiders, except for you, talking about Brandi, who she hadn't talked to for 3 years, is being like manipulative.
For me,
I feel like I feel like as a friend, for me, if these girls that are on the outside are talking about somebody that has been on the cast with me from the very beginning, I'm going to tell my friend. Period.
For me, I think when Malaysia got onto this season and realized that it was all the girls that she had already over, she knew she had no dog in the fight. Jackie's gonna make friends with anybody. She will. We know that. Malaysia had already effed over Angel, She wasn't friends with Brooke because she was friends with Bambi.
Drea. Oh,
Bambi.
Bambi. Mm-hmm.
British. She cussed British and Brandi out at the table.
Yep.
So the only friend that she did have would have been either Jackie or Brandi, but her and Brandi weren't in a good space because, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was because Dad died, whatever. The way Brandi had to leave the show, I don't know what it was.
Whatever.
But Malaysia really had no dog in the fight this season at all, and I feel like.
But she did because
let me say this. I feel like when the sea got hot from Malaysia, she left. And yes, Jennifer did come on and say something about her house with the foreclosure. There has never been they talked about Jennifer living at Evelyn's friend's apartment when she got through her divorce. So why in the world would Jennifer think that she can't speak on Malaysia's foreclosure, her house? Like,
because Jennifer didn't like it, and Jennifer was doing it just to be.
But they still did it to her though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
About Jennifer cheating on her husband during the divorce. They have done so many bad things to Jennifer. For me, I don't feel like Jennifer will be even sitting there thinking like, oh, anything's off limits, because nothing when it comes to Jennifer has been off limits.
So Deb, those girls did it. So, now if Jen did that to
Malaysia sat there with Jackie, with Tammy, and told a rumor about Evelyn when she was mad that Tammy was included in, and that they all knew, no one had spoke about it until Tammy got mad at Jennifer and spoke on it. So for me, when it comes to Jennifer, and this, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm going on the whole damn tangent.
Yes,
but for me, I do get where Jennifer comes from, because they have never had any kind of space for Jennifer to be like, well, let's not say this, let's not talk about this. They have given all Jennifer shit out. They didn't give a damn about how Jennifer felt about anything. Her husband, her ex-husband, not her foreclosure, her living in that apartment with Evelyn's friend, anything that Jennifer has going on, they've never cared about it. So
then take it up with Evelyn and all those people that did that to her. But I'm talking about this group of women. In this group of women, let me finish. In this group of women, Jennifer should not. I felt like it was inappropriate, and nobody should be low of the low, especially Jennifer. Now, I understand she was feeling her little wild oats. She had a lot of scenes because she did her hair thing and she did her, had a relationship and all that stuff. And she did come from Miami. And so she could drop the mic and say, if it was not for me, none of you women would be here. Now, I find all of that, that's fine with me. But what I'm asking you, and what I have asked you like 3 or 4 times, is that I don't see what the problem of Malaysia going back to Jackie, which she started the LA franchise with, excuse me, and sharing anything about what these non MFing factors, like a British or whatever, was talking about as it pertained to Jackie. I don't feel like that's being messy, because
it was causing a lot of drama and confusion for Jackie. Jackie can't comprehend or stick here. The reason why I went to the back, from the beginning for Jennifer and up to this, because it deals with Malaysia. So when she's saying that, for me, it's just like, well, I can understand how Jennifer feels and why Jennifer would even be in this space, because they've never had any like concern for what they say about her. So when she broke, that Malaysia's house is in foreclosure, well, yeah, I mean, girl, you didn't mind when, because this is how I feel. When they brought up that thing about Shaq and Evelyn, when Tammy brought that up,
right?
Malaysia should have been like, no. Even when they sat there, Alden was like, I don't want to talk about this. We never brought it. Like, no one wants to talk about this. They didn't stop that. But because Tammy wouldn't stop, Malaysia got up and said, this is what they're talking about. Instead of saying, y'all, F this, no, we're not talking about this. There's no loyalty there for Jennifer at all. So for me, I understand why Jennifer don't give a damn.
All right. I feel like we're dragging this out.
Okay.
It's clear. I feel like it's clear where we both stand.
I don't think that it's right. I mean, let's say that I don't think that it's right.
Okay.
But I can't understand why Jennifer doesn't care about exposing anything on the show, because they haven't for her. And Malaysia has been a part of that. So that's
Malaysia has, as well as so many of the other women have. But
yeah,
but Jen,
no. But we were just talking about Malaysia and Jennifer. That's why I was saying that.
Well, I mean, the consensus for me from all the girls that were on the reunion talking about Malaysia, half of them want her back, including Brandi.
You said they want her to what?
They want her back, including Brandi.
Oh yeah.
And the only person that really doesn't, or the people, to me, are British and Jen.
Yeah. British, I don't understand. Jen, I can.
Right. And for me, I feel like Jen has given as much as she gave. She has given as much as she gave. So I understand what you're saying. Yes, I'm not saying that,
It's not right. It's not right.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but I mean, I'm just saying I can understand.
right. I don't understand it because I feel like Jen has given a bunch of bullshit through the years, and I'm trying not to curse. But so I just say let's agree, disagree. I just feel like most of the cast had no problem with Malaysia. They just wanted her to share more. But I understand why Malaysia wouldn't. As a Leo, if somebody is picking, I'm not going to just share my stuff with you when
Right.
I know that you're not feeling me like that and you've been rude to me. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't care, and so Brandi now can go back and be like, I wish she would have done it, but now that Brandi is calm and sounded reasonable as when she was conveying that information on the reunion, I feel like if she were that way when Malaysia was still around, outside of that one moment in Vegas, I feel like Malaysia would have confided in her more. But I just feel like they weren't in a good space, and I felt like all those girls were kind of instigating that. And even Jackie, I don't feel like she was instigating. I just felt like her trying to
she was
force
not even
them.
saying anything, so
Yeah.
it didn't help.
Well, no, just Jackie trying to force them together and force them to talk. I don't feel like that is an instigation. I just feel like she should have let it happen more organically and naturally than being like, you guys love each other, you guys should talk, you guys should make up.
Well, I mean, I think you have to think about how they work over in LA too, because they did that all the time with each other.
Yeah.
When it was with Jackie, they forced. I mean, Malaysia went on a date with Doug.
Right.
The force. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
how they work. So for me, watching them do that wasn't like I didn't think anything of it because they do that all the time.
Right. I just feel like I said, I don't feel mad, bad, irritated with Jackie inserting herself. I'm just saying, like,
Oh
I
yeah,
felt
me
like
either.
I just felt like the other girls were instigating, and the two B's were a part of that, as well as everybody else. I just felt like they should have let them, if they were going to put them back on a season, meaning Malaysia and Brandi, let them try to work out their differences on their own. I felt like Duffy was too involved in the beginning. I don't know.
I think we feel the same way. I mean,
Yeah,
to be honest, I wish that Brooke and British wasn't on this season,
yeah,
or Duffy.
I
I think
agree.
that it would have been a good season with just Brit. I mean, with Brandi and Malaysia and Jackie and maybe some other new girls and
Right.
Jennifer, because it would have made more sense. Because Jennifer and Malaysia have things going on. Jackie's always going to be there causing bullshit. But when it
Right.
comes to Malaysia and Brandi, she's always there, and I think like it's a trifecta between three of them. If
Right.
something's going on with the two of them, whether it's Jackie Malaysia, Jackie and Brandi, Brandi Malaysia, Brandi and like whoever it is, they know how to get each other back on track with their
Yeah.
friendships.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for me, British and Brooke kind of messed that up.
Right.
Angel, not so much because Angel wasn't really even there.
Right.
So she could have came. The twins were really not, they should have never came. I
Exactly.
don't know why they were there. But
Because they were left over from the last season.
I don't think that even when they brought over like Tammy and Evelyn and Jennifer from LA, I mean from Miami to this franchise, they were main factors of the show.
No, they weren't. And so
No.
now
I'm saying that Tammy, Evelyn, and Jennifer were main factors of Miami when they came over to LA.
LA.
So it
Yeah.
made sense for them to come. So for them to bring Brandi back, um, yeah, Brandi back for me would have made sense with them. Because there's a lot of history between Brandi, Malaysia, and Jackie,
Well, I
so that
wish
makes sense.
then I wish they would have brought her back when they were all still on good terms and not have spoken for 3 years.
Well, I
But
think let's watch it play out because we don't know what happened, and we know that I knew it was a rift in their friendship because of how Brandi left.
yeah. I didn't feel like that there was a rift at that time because
Mhm.
we're talking about they hadn't spoken in 3 years. Brandi had been off the show longer than 3 years, so I didn't think that there was a rift with those ladies. But I want to get to this comment because this is really how I feel, and I agree 1,000%
Is it
with.
Tiffany?
Yep,
Okay. Tiffany says, I'm late, but it bothered me the way they acted as if they were there for Malaysia and didn't understand why she left.
I agree 1,000%. And again, maybe it took them watching the full season, Brandi in particular, to kind of see that and kind of reflect. Because I don't feel like this was her attitude when she first came on the show, but I feel like she was much more calm and reasonable, and I feel like she did have some compassion. Probably after watching the season, I didn't have a problem with anything that Brandi said about Malaysia. I felt like she showed some compassion. I felt like she showed some understanding, and she showed, like, she was like Brandi said, and I'm giving her credit here, so Deb. So give me credit for giving your girl credit.
I'm listening.
Yeah, she basically was saying, like, I wish she would have shared more with us because this is a safe space. But as Tiffany GT said, like, they didn't treat her like it was a safe space in the moment. So now reflecting on it, I feel like maybe they saw, they meaning particularly Brandi, saw kind of like the error of what the team did, not just her, just all the girls.
So I think what Brandy has been saying through this is like that she talked to Malaysia after some of the things that happened. We don't get to see everything, so she's saying that she's like after that Ponderosa, she talked to Malaysia. She was like she didn't want to leave or whatever. So
Right.
you know I'm not just counting on what we see on the show. I'm also counting what Brandy is saying on this reunion.
Right.
But I also feel like I'm not about to babysit Malaysia either because Malaysia hasn't been nice to anybody all the time when she's been on the show. And I don't understand why we're coddling and babysitting Malaysia because she had a bad season. Like
That's not, we're not coddling.
it's not
We're just
it's
saying,
not fair
we're
for
just saying
Malaysia to
right
have a
is,
bad season and then quit when she treated Angel like shit her first season.
we're
She
talking
treated a
about right.
lot of girls. She
But
fought a
Angel was
girl on the
okay
show.
with her being
Malaysia
on
has
the
not been a
show.
nice person to people on the show. And
But
yes, she might be
Angel
a
was
main person on the
okay.
show. Hold on, give me a second. She might not be. She might be a main person on the show, but Malaysia never been nice to everybody. She treated that Angel Love like shit when she came on.
They
So
all treat
Malaysia is
each
not
other bad.
above not being the favorite one season.
Well, nobody's saying that she wasn't above being the favorite for one
She
season.
quit
So
because
Deb,
she
but
wasn't.
no, she didn't quit because she wasn't. She was trying to sit there and be a part of the group, and the group, especially the three Bs, weren't
Cindy,
allowing that to happen. So Deb, come
Cindy,
on.
no.
Come on. Come
I'm not.
on.
I'm not. I'm not feeding into that at all. Malaysia became a
You are.
baby, like Tammy called her, y'all babies, and
No.
that's why Tammy didn't like her at first
She just
because
had bigger
she acts
things
like a
going
baby.
on.
Tammy
She
even said of her own mouth she acts like a baby, and she
she's
did when it got hard
I
for her.
don't
She
care what
left,
Tammy said. Tammy has long been off the show. I'm telling you, that
and
woman
now
had
and
bigger
Malaysia's off
things.
the
That
show.
that that woman had bigger things to worry about, especially if she was trying to,
They all have,
again,
Cindy. They
no, no,
all
no.
have. They
They have
all have
not,
had bigger
because they're
things.
not all trying to figure out a place to live for them and their three babies. Okay, so
Jennifer
let's just
was.
say
Jennifer was
no.
living in
She
an apartment, allegedly
But
to
Jennifer
Evelyn
has no
and a friend.
children. Jennifer has no children. We're talking about a woman who was married to an NBA player, who's trying to figure it
Who
out for
had a house
herself
from
with
another
her three
man.
kids.
Who had a house from another man.
Who cares? She was divorced, right?
She was divorced, but I mean, you should not be putting all your eggs in one basket for some man paying for some house that you're living in. You should be doing.
Oh,
You
good
should
grief.
also have a backup plan if you have children.
No, I'm just gonna say this and then let's move on.
Okay.
They didn't treat her well, and if I were her, I would not stick around for that either. You're not going to sit there and make me feel like I haven't been on the show that I've been on for a decade, and you guys have barely been on it, maybe 1 2 seasons at most, and then try to make it seem like you're going to sit there and poke me when I'm trying to figure out something bigger, what's going on in life. And then Jen, who probably has the most
Who's
clout.
been there longer than her?
Yeah, that's what I said. Who probably has the most clout to reveal something that was inappropriate to reveal.
who she's been
that's
a
it.
nasty person to.
That's it.
So
That's all. Let's move on.
let's move on. I didn't know we were gonna be here this long.
Me
For
neither.
that part, but I mean,
But
when
we're
it comes to
wrapping it
Malaysia,
up. We're wrapping it
we
up
go
the
in, so
season.
that's fine.
Yeah. But we're also talking about the season overall as well as
Yes,
the finale.
yes.
Yes.
And I do like Malaysia. I just feel like I'm not baby in Malaysia. So let's get into the real part of the show.
Let's get back to Tiffany GT really quick though.
She
Really
says
quick.
every time Malaysia came around, they knocked her down. They got mad when she didn't respond. She had too much going on mentally. Okay, so that's not true though. So let's see. This is my thing. Like, we're baby in Malaysia again. Because
No, I agree.
Malaysia brought that girl around, Angel, who had dated somebody that Angel was around with. She sat there and they kept asking her about what Brandi was talking to her. There is no issue. There's no issue. There's no issue. Then she broke down later on because Jackie talked to her like Malaysia has to grow up. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not going to sit here and baby Malaysia. She has to be an adult. Yes, you have things going on. Everybody else does too. Their situation might be yours. Everybody's like Brandi talking about her cancer so much. Malaysia been talking about this divorce and Gennaro taking his kids every season she be on this show, and nobody calls it out. So I'm not sitting here going to baby Malaysia either. If we call out Brandi for her cancer story, let's call out Malaysia for this baby daddy story too, because it's not fair.
Okay. Well, then the same could be true with Brandi. I'm not going to sit
I
around.
said that. I just said that.
No. Let me finish. I'm not going to sit around and baby Brandi and make it seem like all these people should be so super nice to her. She has been mean to Malaysia. She's been mean to Duffy. That's why she's losing these friendships. I'm not going to sit around and baby Brandi.
She didn't lose a friendship with Duffy.
Let me finish. Because she's had cancer and now her, unfortunately, I hate
Cindy,
to hear
I just
it.
said that. I just said that.
No, let me finish. I hate to hear it. And now that her son has, this heart condition, I don't want to see any child or any parents lose a child, God forbid, happening. However, I'm not going to baby Brandi and her behavior, which wasn't right the whole season, because she has this going on now. I'm not going to do it. That's it. I'm not.
If we're going to compare sickness to me not taking my business with this, then that's fine. To me,
let's move on.
You can't even compare the two, but
let's move on.
Let's move on. So we get to the meat of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Brooke cuts off the conversation because she says she's calling Jackie out on being a horrible friend.
Yep.
When her daughter died, Jackie didn't do a damn thing. No flowers, no visit, no hug. She didn't just sit there with her quietly. She showed absolutely no support. Jackie says she didn't know what to say and she's so sorry. Brooke says most people don't know what to say. Right. Everybody on the couch is floored, even Tamar.
I was too. I clutched my pearls.
The viewers were floored.
I clutched my pearls. All floored. I was like, oh.
Yes. Yeah. Jackie says she called and talked to Brooke's friend. Brooke says to Jackie, you didn't show me support.
Right.
Jackie knew it was going to be hard to have this conversation because she didn't call Brooke. She cried for hours, allegedly. She tried to get these tears out of that never showed up on the damn reunion.
Right.
She brings up Brooke's marriage and sitting with them for hours. Brooke is not having it. She tells Jackie that her marriage has nothing to do with her daughter's death. It's no comparison whatsoever. Everybody from the cast, including production, showed up for her, but there was no Jackie. Now, the thing I did not hear her say was Jennifer showed up.
Right.
And Angel made
but
her.
But she did. I saw the comment from Jennifer.
Okay, because I know when she said it on the show, she never mentioned Jennifer.
Right.
But she also got to mention Angel too.
So. Yeah, I think she was caught up in the moment. Yeah. And she did say that Angel not only showed up, but she made the dress for her baby. But I
Can I just go on a tangent real quick?
Yeah.
I lost all respect for Jackie. And I feel like I'm getting emotional even saying this. I lost all respect for Jackie because Jackie sits there on the show. Oh, I'm bringing the people back together. I'm the matriarch. I don't give a damn what I'm going through. I don't give a damn what you're going through or how you feel when I'm going through some shit like this.
Right.
I felt Brooke's heart on this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it felt like Jackie didn't give two fucking shits. And I understand you might not know what to say, but I've been through situations when my friends lose their parents, I've never lost a parent before.
Right.
And this is the best way I can compare, Brooke losing her daughter. I always say I can't say how I feel or I know how you feel. All I can do is just be there for you.
Yeah.
And that's all Jackie had to do.
Yep.
Jackie is so self-centered and she's so about Jackie that she doesn't realize that she's not even a real, maybe she does realize she's not a real friend.
Right.
But when Brooke said that, Cindy, I cried.
Yeah.
Because that was so insensitive. And for Jackie to even rebuttal or
Right.
to fight back with this situation, Jackie lost me completely.
Me too. And I told you last night, I said, I didn't want to give it away for you as you were watching it, but I told you, I was like, I'm completely done with her. Like, I'm done. I never need to see that woman. In fact, I was surprised that I had as much commentary as I had today, but I know that we were trying to wrap up the season, but I was so done. It broke my heart, and I was just so surprised that someone, now I know that she doesn't have the greatest relationship with her oldest daughter, but just as a woman and as a mother personally, like, the fact that she didn't reach out at all was unacceptable. I don't care if you see her as a coworker or whatever, however she saw Brooke, the fact that she couldn't have a conversation or show some level of support. And like Brooke said, I live in LA, you're in LA, you could have knocked on my door. She didn't do that. There's a lot of people that, especially when losing a child, I can't even imagine. You don't even have to say, nobody knows what to say in that instance. Then what you say is, I don't know what to say, but I'm here for you. What do you need? Can I do anything for you? And whether somebody says yes, no, or whatever, you couldn't even do that.
Yes. Send a text message just saying, I'm thinking of you.
Yes.
I'm sorry for what
Do
you're
you
going
need
through.
Do
You need it? Like, I mean, a
Yes.
text will suffice.
Yes.
Until you respond back and say, I'm in a space to talk. Like, Jackie is so oblivious.
And even Brooke said Malaysia did it.
Yeah.
Everybody did it except for Jackie. Malaysia's not even on the fucking show anymore. And she wasn't on the show when her daughter passed away.
Right.
She still reached out.
Yeah.
As a mother, you don't have that at your old age, at your grown age. You don't have that in your soul to be a human being and just reach out to this woman when you're sitting down having meals with her and staying in hotels with her, even if it's in the dirty desert that they didn't want to stay in. You couldn't reach out and say anything. I'm done. I'm done with her.
But you know what it makes me think about though? Her grandson.
Meaning?
Jackie's grandson when he got burned in that fire.
Yep.
It made me think about that. And was her daughter telling the truth?
Right.
And I'm not saying that. I'm glad Leslie Banner's down at the bottom. I'm not saying that Jackie wasn't there for that, but this kind of shows how Jackie really even operates.
But her daughter said she wasn't there for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I believe the daughter. That's her baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's her baby.
Yeah.
I think her daughter couldn't imagine if one of her kids had an issue or injury in that way, that she would not be there for her kid.
Yeah. Well, we know that.
So you think that you're going to be quiet for this whole time, and then we're going to come back together, allegedly, or if they bring the show back, that we're going to sit there and kiki and do this whole thing again? No, you're not.
Yeah.
That was it for me. I was just kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
And her to be like, I didn't know what to say, and I cried for hours. And it's like, you cried for hours? How do you think that I feel? My child is gone. How do you think I feel?
Right.
I'm not going to give you sympathy because now you're trying to...
Because you cry.
Yeah, because you're kind of... not even sitting on the couch, trying to squeeze out some crocodile tears. I'm not giving you any sympathy. You're not there. You weren't there. So don't talk about friendships and sisterhood and all of that. Don't say that. Yeah. I never want to hear that from Jackie again.
Me either. She's not a matriarch of the show.
No.
She's not about to bring nobody together anymore. For me, like Jackie lost a lot from this conversation.
Yes, she should
Uh,
just go. She should be the one leaving instead of Duffy.
I do want to point. I do want to pull this up because she did post this on. I think it's Basketball Wives Inc. So she said, "I really hope everyone stops spreading lies and hate about such a sensitive topic. I'm truly disappointed. The narrative is being spun in such a way to insinuate or say I did not call her on the very morning we all found out, as I said at the reunion. I spoke to Tyler and sent my love and prayers and condolences. I was assured she would reach out when she felt up to it. I then text and DM several times after and received back messages. You received back messages when the service came. I don't do well with them, so I didn't go and found out at the reunion my absence was missed, and I apologize, period. At this juncture, I'm done going back and forth. We spoke and moved on at the Basketball Wives LA reunion. Let me point out what she said that it makes it even worse.
Right.
She says, I didn't go and found out at the reunion my absence was missed.
Right.
Jackie is so beside herself right now.
Yep.
And even when we keep on going on this, she said something else that I was like, Jackie, like, are you okay?
Right.
Are you okay?
She's not okay.
I don't think she is okay. Like, literally, we thought all that stuff that she was doing was like an act, but I don't think that Jackie's okay in the head.
I don't think she's okay. When we were talking about her daughter, her first daughter, who she treated horribly.
Cindy, I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna come off and I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna fill in while he gets a little quick phone call. Let me get to a couple of these comments. Tiffany GT, you and I are here, girl. Okay. You and I are here. You said, oh yeah, I've always believed Jackie's daughter. So have I. And then you said, I wonder, did Doug tell Jackie to reach out or ask her if she did reach out to Brooke? That is an excellent point. I would not be surprised if he didn't. I'm sorry, if he, yeah, if he didn't, because I feel like Doug is the one that has the more level head. And even if she did reach out, via text or DM or whatever like that, it wasn't enough because those, like, the other women did more. And I feel like, all of her talk of sisterhood and, we're sisterhood and we're this and that, even though she's way older than most of those women, and they're not sisters, she's closer to an auntie or a grandma. uh I feel like she should have done more, and she should, at her age, know to do more, especially being a mother. And then you said, yeah, that remark was really weird. It was. What are you guys' thoughts on that piece of it? That Jackie actually wasn't around and Brooke didn't feel supported, especially if she wants to say that, she is the matriarch of that show, which she is not, because she did not originate the show. Jennifer did, with the rest of the cast of Miami. Does anybody have any opinions? Let's see. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Let's see. I see Pink Dynamite, and there he is. Was that a cute boy? Because it better be if you're going to stop the show.
Oh no, you know I have a website, so one of my clients was calling.
Oh, okay.
And I had to answer because they were like calling back to back.
Yeah.
So yes. Sorry.
I would prefer a cute boy. Could it be Jelani? Could it be Jelani?
Well, I'm gonna be talking about my vlog channel in a few days.
Okay, good. Okay.
It's your boy BD.
Yeah, good.
That's the story for a different day.
Well, I love the story time, so I look forward to it.
Yes, I know everybody's like, can I start doing more? So I'm trying to, and
yeah,
I have been dating, so You know.
I love it. We want to hear. I mean, you don't have to share all the details, but the
Oh, and I
fundamentals.
like sharing what I share. So.
Yeah, that's good. Um, so I don't see any additional feedback, but I was
Okay.
basically asking the audience, like, what do you think of like this whole, Jackie being like sisterhood and I'm the matriarch and all this stuff, and she wasn't there at a crucial time. I don't care about if she DM'd or texted her. If Brooke didn't actually respond,
Mhm.
then make a bigger gesture. Send over some flowers, send over some food, send over a note.
I think after Jackie said what she said in the break room, I don't want none
Yeah,
of that.
yeah,
So, and we're about to get there. So let's keep going. So British says they all expected more from Jackie. Brandi says she thinks that Brooke feels because Jackie keeps saying that she's the leader of this group. And Jackie interrupts her and says, I appreciate you for that. I'm like,
right. I thought it was weird.
she's really not taking it serious. She
No, she
expected a
really
little.
no. What I took it as is she really thinks she is, and she's
Yeah,
not.
she does. Oh, and nothing trumps that.
Nothing.
She said she expected. Oh, this is Brandi. She said she expected a little bit more from her. Jackie says she wanted to give Brooke the space to grieve. She's never lost a child. Brooke isn't buying it. Brandi wants Tamar to stop the conversation. Jackie wants British to shut up because she wants to make Brooke understand what she's saying.
Right.
Brooke is like, fuck this. They start arguing over Jackie trying to make Brooke lower her voice.
Right.
Brandi gets up and says in between them, Brooke isn't accepting Jackie's apology. She didn't even want to talk about this, but she couldn't sit and listen to Jackie's bullshit as a bullshit story about friendship with Jennifer is what took the cake for her.
Yep.
Jackie wants Brandi to move. Brandi says it's for Jackie's safety. Jackie doesn't realize that she's going to get her ass whipped by Brooke again. Tamar and Brandi agree they need to take a break, but Tamar wants them to finish the conversation. She shushes Jackie for Brooke to finish. Brooke tells her she's not the friend she thought she was. Jackie says if this platform with her is something she doesn't want to be a part of, then maybe it's not the place for her. Everybody is really confused. Brooke says if it's not the platform for her, then she would leave. Tamar goes to commercial break.
Right.
Jackie's off her rocker.
Yes, she is. And also, it's not about, she was trying to deflect, in my opinion, about it being the platform
Hmm.
for whether it's not the platform for her to be a part of it because of Jackie.
Hmm.
Jackie was missing the fact that she said, you were not being a human being
Right.
with compassion,
Hmm.
and my daughter died, and you
Yes.
were silent.
Because I think she said something like if it was her kid, they wouldn't know what to do. And they're like, that's not
That's not
true.
true. That's not true.
Yeah. They would all,
Most
I think every basketball wife from every franchise would reach out to Jack
Yes.
to be
And all the other basketball wives, even Ev,
yeah.
reached out to Brooke.
Yeah.
They're not even on there with her.
Hmm.
But it's just you're she keeps claiming it's a sisterhood. So be a sister. You're a mother. Your grandmother. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't occur to you to do more for that woman other than to DM and talk to a friend of a friend.
Hmm.
If you didn't sit there and talk to Brooke or come over, because I know that she knows where they live because they all look like they live in the same spot, go over to that woman's house and see about her.
Right.
Even if you didn't mean it, the gesture, just make the gesture. I don't want to hear Jackie try to explain her way out of this.
Me
There's
either.
no way she can. I
She's
don't
not going
care.
to, though. She's not going
Yeah.
to.
But this whole thing about I'm not going to go back and forth. Well, just say that you're wrong and let that be it.
Or
Because
just say
you're
you
not,
don't care.
or just say you don't care. I would appreciate that.
I,
I would
I think we
appreciate
would all
something.
appreciated that because I feel like we all know that she doesn't care.
Exactly. Just say that. And in fact, I feel like Jackie is probably jealous of Brooke too.
I think that too. Because
Yep.
Brooke whooped that ass a few seasons.
Yep.
A few
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah. Not only whoop her, she looks better than her and she's
Mhm.
younger.
Yeah.
So I feel like
And the only thing that Jackie
it's
has
just
to
in
hold on is
there.
that she's married to Doug. She doesn't have
Yes.
any other thing to
Nothing.
cling on to.
Nothing.
And I
And
think what Brooke said at the end of the show, which we'll get into that, solidified that.
yep.
So let's get back to this. Nobody thinks that Jackie is taking this serious. Jackie says Brooke has nothing to talk about. So, this is when they were on the break. And I put down everything that Jackie said. Nobody thinks that Jackie's taking this is serious.
Right.
Jackie says Brooke has nothing to talk about, so she makes up stuff. So it's a waste of her time. If she wants flowers, she will buy her whole bouquet of flowers. She can't bring up her daughter. She can't bring her daughter. But when Jackie said this, I cringed.
Me too.
She can't.
I couldn't believe. Let me just say, when they were on the stage, that was bad enough.
Yes.
This was worse.
It was worse.
Yes.
And I'm sure Jackie went and said more stuff in this, but they were cutting this.
Yep.
She says she can't bring her daughter back. She can't help that she didn't do what Brooke wanted her to do. If her daughter, she wouldn't be there.
Brooke wanted her to do what a human being would do.
Right. But this is what Jackie, I'm just saying what Jackie said.
Right.
And then she said if it was her daughter, she wouldn't be on the show. All the girls are backstage expressing how they are disappointed in Jackie. And that's the end of that for that part. So then get back to Jennifer and Jackie. Jackie says she didn't pick the rooms for the trip, which we know she lied about that.
Right.
She got the keys and handed them out. Nobody believed her.
Right.
Jennifer tells her to be real because she's the OG around here and she's going to respect her. Goddamn that. Right. Jackie didn't start basketball wise. If it wasn't for Jennifer, nobody would be sitting on that couch. Jennifer is calling Jackie on all of her shit at this point.
Yep.
Jackie returns clothes from Neiman Marcus, and she has a 70% return rate. Jennifer has receipts, and I have them too. So everything you see in the red is Jackie returning stuff.
Right.
So there's 4 things here. There's 1 thing and 3 things here. 2 things and 2 things here. And then you have another 2 things that she returned here. And you have 3 things she returned here. These are the things that Jennifer has showed that they showed on the show. Right. So Jackie, although she is Doug's wife, is returning clothes.
Right.
And I thought, you know what, Jennifer, even though this ain't nothing big, I'm glad you brought some receipts because when she did that receipts thing with the other thing, it didn't make no damn sense because she didn't have any. Right. But at least you had these receipts, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too.
Shout out to Jennifer for the little bit of receipts that she did have.
Right.
So they get into the cease and desist. Jennifer feels she did the right thing. She confided in Jackie about the situation and is effed up because Jackie is upset she decided to make false statements. Right. Jackie could care less about Jennifer's project. She feels like she pushed it forward to get more attention on the movie, which that's what she's supposed to do on a damn reality show.
Right.
She's on reality TV, made a big fuss about it. People pay attention. That's what Jackie said. She doesn't know what was on the paper that Brooke handed her from Jennifer's cease and desist. She put it on the table and she never read it. Tamar asked if there was room for them to make up. Jennifer says she has her blocked in her phone. Jackie apologized for being a shining bright light. She feels like it's a misunderstanding. Brooke doesn't feel it's a misunderstanding. They all have shining lights, and they all are equally on that stage. And I want to point out that Jennifer made a good point. Jackie is, she feels that way because she has Doug. They're not married to men who have money like that. So them as independent women, they're doing well. And I shout out to Jennifer even saying that. Mm-hmm. That's why they're all up on that. Brooke said that's why they're all on the stage together. Jackie makes an announcement about her choosing to be quiet, but she's not being quiet. But everybody's happy that she finally decided to shut the fuck up.
Right.
That was that part. And then the end was they all was happy. Duffy and Brandi made peace once again. At the end, Brooke and Angel thanked the women for showing up for them. And that was it, y'all.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it. I do want to say this, as the whole, now that we've been through the whole thing, I really appreciate this group of women. It wasn't the best group of women for Basketball Wives, but I did love the support that everybody had for each other outside of Malaysia and Jackie. I think that Brandi, Brittish, Brooke, Angel, am I missing somebody?
Nope.
They had a lot of support for each. Oh, and Duffy, they had a lot of support for each other. For me, when I watch basketball, I want to see that, but I also miss the glitz, the glam, and the events and things.
Yep.
I hope that if they record another season, that we get back to that. Um, from what I heard, I told you guys this for part A. I heard that Evelyn's coming back. So my cast would be, if I could be honest, it would be Malaysia and Brandi, Jennifer and Evelyn. Of course, Jackie. Even though I'm not feeling Jackie, I think that they will. I think Malaysia and Brandi will hold her accountable. Evelyn gonna troll her ass. And so is Jennifer. And hopefully, because Jennifer and Evelyn are friends again, it might all work together for Jackie to understand what she did, if she might do that. I could see Brooke coming back, so that's 5 people altogether. I don't know who else would be there besides maybe Phoebe. But overall, I did like the season because one, Brandi was there. I did want to see, Brandi and Malaysia together again, even though it wasn't in the best light. I did want to see it. I thought that just being able to see it, I love that part. And that's really all I have for the season to wrap it up. Cindy, what do you have?
I didn't like the ladies. No, I'm not talking about them as people. I'm talking about them as a cast. I feel like they didn't have really good chemistry. Again, it was kind of like getting to know each other, and then they had all of these fractured relationships. I felt like if they do bring it back, I wish it would go back to the kind of like that, you know, glitz glamour, like you said. The only way to do that would be to bring back some of the older cast members. I don't feel like these ladies kind of give me that. There is not like those fashion moments. There's not like those event moments. Even when they did have it, it was kind of watched over it and kind of downplayed. Like for example, with Jen and her fashion show, and then Jackie being like a plum fool. I don't need to see Jackie back. In fact, I really have lost respect for her. If you can't just do a basic human thing, I really am not invested in you seeing any other shenanigans. I didn't like or um, respect her behavior, even when giving the cease and desist, which I felt Jen should have done because she asked her more than once before that to stop talking about her case. And I just feel like Jackie does not have the respect for anything. She's just always trying to have a moment for herself. And I just
You
don't
need a
think
moment. You need a moment.
right. And I just don't feel like that's going to help the franchise continue. Now, she could be a personality if it is tempered with other people that we really do want to know about and hear about. When Tammy and Evelyn came back, it was hard for Jackie to hold her own. And
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I'm okay with her not being a part of it. I'm sorry. I'm okay with it. And I would also be okay with, a couple of new people. I don't need to see old people that are recycled. I feel like if we're going to have it, I think we should have some
Bring
OGs.
Kristen back.
Right. I think we should have some OGs and some other people that either we liked or just brand new people. I love
Yeah.
Kristen. I feel like she wasn't given a fair shake because
Yes.
of the whole CC and OG situation. I wouldn't mind seeing her back. I wouldn't mind seeing Phoebe back. But I'm just, other than that, I don't think we need to keep going back into people that just didn't work in this situation. I
Yeah.
feel like they need to really take a hard look on people that really have chemistry. I would hope that Malaysia will come back. I know you probably don't agree, but Malaysia does
Oh,
add
but
something.
I thought I said Malaysia.
Oh, yeah, you did. You did
I
say that,
said
but
Brandy and Malaysia.
yeah, Brandi in Malaysia. I don't need to see Brandi back. I feel like, Brandi has a lot of personal health issues, not only with herself but also her with her
So
child.
yeah.
But yeah, but I also you just in this season alone, the fact that her and Duffy and her and Malaysia had these difficulties, I don't want to see any more strains on her relationship. I just don't think it puts her in a really good light. And if she can't not talk about those things, I feel like what else is she gonna bring to the show? You know what I mean?
But I feel
But
like, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. I was just gonna say, that's for me. I don't get fashion moments for her. I don't care about a cookbook, and all of those things. So,
Mhm.
your main point of having her on there was because she had a genuine friendship with Malaysia, but now they don't even more, and now she doesn't even have it with Duffy, and Duffy is not coming back. I wouldn't mind seeing Duffy back, especially based on Part B.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I felt like she had matured a lot, and I felt like she was really kind of trying to be kind to the people. I just didn't understand the bitterness that Brandy had with her being like, her
Bitterness
therapy
that
and
she had
her
with what?
this and all that. I don't
Wait,
know.
you said the bitterness that she had with what?
The bitterness that she seemed to have with Duffy,
Mm.
it just seemed like she was kind of like, your therapy and you need to work on your community, like all the things that I feel like she could work on, but I, you know,
I feel like I understood it. I mean, especially when she explained it on the reunion, it made sense for me. That Duffy was saying, doing things behind the scenes. They were putting on for the show, just like even when Jackie revealed that Malaysia was doing things behind the scenes. I think that they really put on a show this season.
do you
That,
mean like
and
doing things
I
like
wish that
this?
we were able to see the show that was behind the scenes because it would have made it more interesting versus
Do you
what we
think
see.
that when they say behind the scenes, do you mean just having conversations
Well, I
outside
would
of
love to see
the
when Malaysia was telling Jackie not to be friends with Jennifer. Like
show?
I would love to see that part.
Hmm.
Because then would have made more sense for the Jackie and Jennifer fallout.
Hmm.
I think we've talked about a lot about how all the girls were so involved with Malaysia and Brandy, and why they should have not been involved in that conversation and let
Hmm.
them. It was already enough. Brandy and Malaysia are very strong personalities.
Yeah.
We didn't need them to be involved in that conversation at all.
Right.
But because they wanted to come back on the show and be strong, which it still fell for them, it just caused more issues for Brandy and Malaysia.
Right.
And for me, I want to drop back down to the original, the friendships of the
Hmm.
show. And Malaysia and Brandy and Jennifer and Evelyn are those things. Jennifer and Evelyn fell out for seasons upon seasons upon seasons. And
Yeah.
Evelyn came back and they became friends again because they were able to talk without all the interference and all the interruptions in their group.
Hmm.
And then again, here comes Tammy because she's upset, involving Malaysia and Jack. I mean, and Jennifer into it. I want to see a season with Evelyn and Malaysia and Jennifer and Jack. I mean, Jennifer and Brandi. I do want to see that season. If I don't see another season, that's all I want to see.
Hmm.
And that, I've been saying this all season,
Hmm.
but I do. I want to see that season because I feel like with Jennifer and Evelyn being able to figure it out, I feel like Malaysia and Brandi can do it as well. Um, Again, those were real friendships that came into the group.
But I feel like
Maybe,
both people would have to do that. So, Deb, I feel like
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean,
both.
Evelyn and Jennifer didn't do it until they were ready to do it.
Right. But and I feel like that the same is probably going to be true for like Brandy and Malaysia. I really do feel like a sadness that comes from Brandy,
Mhm.
um, about that friendship. And I wish that if they're going to come together, they would focus on those things, but they both have to be willing to do that.
But
And
I can
I don't
imagine
know if
from this
both.
reunion when Brandy talked about her son
Yeah,
going through what he's going through, Malaysia's going to reach out to her.
I
So
agree.
I feel like that's the beginning of that friendship being rebuilt because again, they're mad at each other right now,
Right.
because of whatever reasons. Brandy and Malaysia really haven't done anything to each other for them to like really cancel their relationship out.
Yeah,
And
and I feel like
I'm a
I
huge
feel like the
advocate for
same is true with
friendships.
I feel like the same is true with Duffy and Brandy. To be honest,
No, no, no. I'm not saying I would Duffy because when British revealed the stuff that Duffy had said, and I'm with Brooke. Once you said I don't owe you no loyalty, I don't look at you the same way anymore.
I
That's realistic
disagree.
for me.
I felt like British and Brooke should have butted out and let Brandy have her own mind about how she wants to
With Malaysia, yes, but when Duffy offered the information up to British, that's very different.
No, but we're also not even in the room with them, so Deb, so we can't really say what British was poking Duffy with, because Duffy also said that she only said the loyalty comment
Mm.
because British kept saying, like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But I feel like they made peace at the end of the reunion too, though.
I do, and
Well,
I
like
feel
that
like,
was like the third time, but I mean,
yeah, but
yeah,
I feel like those two women in particular, British keeps kind of poking that situation. I felt like
because
if
she has nothing
Duffy,
else better to do.
yeah, she didn't. But again, but still, I
Talk
feel
about that
like,
ankle monitor.
right. But I feel like Brandi should have still, as a loyal
Yeah,
friend, or even the time spent as a friend, um, would have given
Jackie,
Duffy
Jackie
more
and
of a
Jennifer
leeway.
and Brit, Jackie and Jennifer and Malaysia and Brandy and Duffy should have been on British ass on this reunion.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
British was the deciding factor of all the stuff that the friendships that were broken up on this season. To
Yeah,
be honest,
yeah,
Brooke was just giving her opinion, but British was the one who was doing it, and I think because she felt
yep.
like she's baby Jackie, that's why she was doing this. But
Well,
British
she can call
was the
herself
problem.
Baby Jackie or whatever, but she was just instigating. I don't
Yeah,
need her. I didn't like her the first time she was
yeah,
on, and I could care less about her the second time. I'm sorry. Like I said, this cast, they didn't have the chemistry that I'm used to having.
yeah.
So if they all left, to be honest, I'd be okay. Jen
Besides
included. I
Brandy,
don't. Yeah, okay. But Jen included, even though she started with Miami, like I feel like if they are going to bring back old and new, then try a different older and new cast. I don't know.
do you think New Girls will be able to uphold the Basketball Wives franchise?
I feel like if they either they're going to do one of two things, in my opinion,
Hmm.
either bring back some OGs and new people,
Hmm.
or bring back all new people
Well,
and
you
let's
do
start
know
fresh.
allegedly that it's Basketball Wives Orlando starting.
If they do that, I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
I would be here for it. I would want to try to, be a viewer and reinvest. You know what I'm saying? Like, with this muddiness of like older people, and then they have their drama, and partially Miami and most LA. Like, I just feel like it's a mishmash, and it's a mess. Either
Hmm.
start fresh, or have some of the highlight OGs and then some of the other new people. I don't feel like we need to see old cast members. I feel like we need to see OGs and brand new people,
Hmm.
or have all new people.
Yeah. I th- I think if they start Orlando, a whole new cast would be amazing. So we're not
Yeah,
like comparing them.
yeah, that's right. And I feel like
Tiffany,
those girls wouldn't compare each other, because I
right?
think that's the problem with
Well, they
Jen
can
and
because they're not
Jackie.
from in previous seasons.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like that's the problem with that Jen and Jackie had this season.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany GT says British was all in the mix, delivering raw
Yep.
information to have stores, and she was.
Yes, she was.
And I'm just like, why are y'all not calling this out?
Yep.
Like half the shit that happened would not have happened if it wasn't for British. But she's so worried about that damn ankle monitor.
Right.
She's causing confusion with y'all. So y'all arguing so you don't talk about that damn ankle monitor.
And I also feel like, that would be a job of a better host.
Of who?
Of
Oh,
a
better
better
host.
host.
Oh, because you didn't like Tamar as the host.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I feel like she should have asked more of the questions instead of being all up in the gossip and the giggling and the kiki. Just, I mean, if you're really going to be, a reporter or a journalist,
Mm.
or, a broadcast, whatever, you know, go ahead and do that. But don't sit there and be like, what did she say? You're already starting with the shade, like singing and stuff. I don't want to see that. I want to hear
How
somebody
about the
jump.
receipts?
Yeah, the receipts. That's what she said. Petty. You guys are petty. But I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to be a girlfriend. I want you to dive into the hard questions. And when these ladies try to deflect, get in there and be like, no, no, no. We need you to answer XYZ. You know what I mean?
I'll say this. I'm not a big Tamar fan,
Yeah.
but I didn't mind Tamar actually hosting the show,
Oh
especially
wow.
when it came down to the Jackie and Brooke situation.
Hmm.
Because even when Brandi was like, let's go to break, let's go to break, she was like, we're gonna go to break, but let's finish this out. Like, I feel like at some point she did, maybe she needs some more training or whatever, but I don't feel like she did like a horrible job. She
I
just
don't feel
did
like
like
she did a
the best
horrible
she could
job,
do.
but I just felt like she seemed like Tony Braxton's sister's job. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I think that they need someone that they have respect for too, so they're not there fighting each other. Because I feel like
They were
if it
they
was
were
like if it was like some that guy John Sally or somebody else,
uh-huh.
Brooke would have fought Jack tonight that night.
I don't
But I
think
feel like
so.
because they have respect for Tamar, that
No.
it wasn't going to happen.
No, because I felt like even Brandi getting up out of her seat to go sit in between,
Mm.
that was not her job. And I don't feel like if Tamar was the host, she would not have done that.
Wait, say it one more time.
I feel like if Tamar was not the host,
Hmm.
Brandi would not have gotten out of her seat
Right.
to
Okay.
go
Okay.
and sit in between Jackie and Brooke. She
Okay.
wouldn't. She wouldn't. If a real genuine host was there and said, "Hold on, let me get to the rest of it," Brandi would have sat in her seat. And
Yeah.
I've said that throughout the whole season too. I know you're going to defend it or disagree, but I feel like
Oh no, I just think that it was right for that time because I don't
no, it wasn't.
Tamar would have not interfered with that. I think that Brooke was so hot that they did not know what Brooke was going to do at this point, and they've
That
already
they
fought
could
once.
that's why they have security. They don't need
But
Brandi.
security is standing like way in the back. By the time
They
security
don't
got there,
need.
Brooke would have already done bop, but bop, but bop, but bop, but bop. Did
No, no, they
I
would
mean
not have. They would not
Jackie's
have done
oblivious
that.
to the fact that she's going to do this.
They would not have done that. Brandi should have sat in her seat
Okay,
as a cast member and let production and slash security do their job. I don't think that
I
Brandi,
hear you, Cindy.
she always seems to do that for in moments of disagreement. That does not help. I feel like whatever's going to happen, it makes it heightened more when somebody is like, wait, no, don't do that. Like nobody needs to have Brandi sit in the middle of that.
But Brooke agreed with her.
No, Brooke did not agree with her. She just
Yes,
kept
she did. She
addressing.
said for your safety. She said for who's Jackie said for whose safety. She said for yours, bitch. Brooke said that.
She was only doing that because
Brandi
Brandi
said
was
there.
already there.
Okay, so that's Brandy's fault too. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, I just feel like and I get you try to keep the peace, but I feel like Brandi does that a lot. But then when she's in disagreement with someone, hashtag Duffy, hashtag Malaysia, she doesn't want somebody all up in her face like that when she's upset. And I don't feel like it's right for her to do that to other people. But that's
Mhm.
neither here nor there. Let's agree to disagree.
Okay. Well, that's it.
That's it.
We
We
have
made
we
it
have completed the entire part A and part B
of
of
season
Basketball Wives this
10.
season.
Season
I do,
10.
yes, season 10. I do hope there's another season, to be
Yeah, me too.
honest.
I just feel like they need to figure it out. I feel like
A
they need.
good cast.
Yeah, I feel like they no, first of all, I feel like the leadership needs to be figured out. The production teams, we don't need two different production teams in
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
season. We don't need to see a one cast in part A and a different cast less than people in part B. We
Yeah,
already know that Malaysia and now Duffy have walked away. I
right.
would be okay with
Malaysia's
Jackie.
gonna come back though.
I think she will with the
She
different cast of women. But
I know
also
you're not gonna like what I'm about to say, but she really does. I mean, what else does she do like for financially? So
I think that can be said for all the women except for Angel Brinks. Um,
I mean, and the married women like Jennifer. I mean, Brandi and Jackie, and I don't know if Rock has money for Angel Brinks
yeah,
because we were in relationships, but I
I don't
mean,
care about the married women because the married we're talking about what they're doing on their own, not
uh,
what they're married to, right? So I
well, I
just
mean
feel
that's what the
like
show's about, though, right?
not really, because you already pointed out at the very beginning of our review that it's not really about being married on the shows or any
No,
of these shows that
so
call
when
each
I
other
said I
housewives.
wasn't saying that like to say like that's what it's supposed to be. Like I'm just saying like they're not married.
That's what I'm
But
saying. Like
the
most of
original,
the
the
cast.
name of the show is about basketball wives.
Yeah,
And
but but like you said, most of the cast of all of these reality shows that say wives, most of them
they're
are
not
not
dead.
wives. So let's just keep it a buck and just say most of them are not wives. I don't care about whether they're married to it or not. What we're talking about is overall having, what do they do for themselves, and most of them don't do anything. The only one that I really know has a genuine business is Angel Brinks. So and have,
Or now Jennifer with her hair stuff.
I'm just saying. I look, until Jen can be like Angel Brinks and be like, Cardi wears my hair, Nikki
Yeah.
wears my hair, Lil Kim, all that stuff like that. That's what Angel Brinks can say. Jen cannot say that. Now,
I
am I
wish
saying
Angel Brinks would flex more.
me too? Because she could. She really
Yes,
could.
she could.
And she has a little bit here and there, but still, like I said, I don't have a problem with Angel Brinks. I think she's a sweet girl. I don't want to see anything about pregnancy or postpartum or any of that, or rock, to be
If
honest.
she
But
comes back on pregnant again, I'm not watching.
right. But I just feel like, the rest of those women, the when they try to flex, it is laughable to me, because it's kind of like, nobody knows about your hair shit.
Yeah.
Nobody knows about your makeup shit. Nobody knows about your bed covers and sheets and shit.
Oh,
Nobody.
does Malaysia still even have that?
I don't know. I don't know. Nobody
If
knows
I
about
was
your
Jennifer, what I would do is I would team up with Angel Brinks.
right.
Because that
Or
would be like,
yes.
that would be a gold mine for
Yes.
Jennifer.
Instead of trying to team up or, align with like British, who she was talking about vending, hair vending machines and LAX. Did you have that happen, or has it just been all about the
What?
ankle monitor? Right. That was in part of it.
Oh no! I mean,
We
I
for
think I know that the hair vending machines are a big thing because I know that from that show on OWN. I can't think of the name of the show right now, but that girl, that one of the girls, she does have hair vending machine.
okay.
She's like a multi-millionaire because of that. But I think she like
Well,
created that.
and great for her, but what I'm saying is, for British, you're not known for that, girl. You're known for being
Yeah,
caught up on charges
for
and
having an
having an
ankle
ankle
monitor.
monitor, right?
Yes,
Like, let's let
you will
let
be
let's
forever known as the ankle monitor girl.
yes, like, let's be real. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you're known for. And all of the, the B level reality shows,
Yeah.
or C and D level. She's been on the boot camps, the mayor, like with Lorenzo. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
But when she was off of Basketball Wives, nobody had anything to say about British Williams for
Well, she did.
years.
She also had like a YouTube show too with Milan Christopher too, because I guess they're best friends.
Oh, are they? Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
and he had her on his show on YouTube too.
Okay. Okay. I have no problem with Milan. He's messy, but whatever.
Yes, he's very messy.
Mm-hmm. He's cute, but whatever. I don't know. I don't know British from that. The only thing that I know
Oh,
British
that was
from.
about Angel.
Oh, Angel.
The Angel Brinks. She's best friends with Milan Christopher.
I had no idea. Is she?
Yeah,
Oh, I was talking about
like
British the whole
Milan
time.
loves her.
Well, she's super sweet. She really
Yeah,
is. Yeah. I mean,
he brought her onto his show because they're best friends,
oh, wow.
and he actually showcased her business the entire time.
Well, it should be showcased because she has a lot of celebrity clients.
Yeah,
And she dresses a lot of big names. And like I said, would I wear her stuff? Absolutely not. But she has a market for these, younger hip hop people that, I could see
mm.
them loving it. And like I said, outside of this reunion, her Duffy's reproposal dress was the best that she ever looked that season. So I'm not mad at Angel Brinks. I don't mind her coming back. I really don't. I just don't want to see
I just
that.
want more of Angel Brinks because she always gives like the least amount of effort to the show.
Yes. Yeah.
And so if she comes back, like I need more from her, and not
I
with
agree. I agree.
And then that's it. I do like Angel Rings. I do like
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I
I
want
mean,
Angel Love. I want her friend Angel Love to come back too. I liked her.
yeah, I liked her too because she would not back down. She was a tiny girl. She wouldn't back down to any of their bullshit.
She gonna probably get her ass beat, but she didn't give a damn.
She didn't give a
She was
damn.
gonna talk shit, and I like that.
Absolutely. And I liked her too. And I like the
I want Christie back too, though.
yeah. And I like, a beautiful chocolate girl. I don't need to see all
Yeah,
light-skinned girls, I don't mind her.
yeah.
So,
Well, Cindy, I want to say this to you. Thank you so much for doing this with me this season. This is probably the only show I've ever, besides with me and Busy doing the candy and the game thing,
mhm.
that I've ever completed a whole series.
Yay.
So thank you so much for even doing this with me. I know this is how we connected. I really enjoyed doing this because the thing I love the most is that we don't agree on everything.
Yeah.
But it's never been like, I'm never fucking talking to Cindy after this.
Right. Or vice versa. I mean,
Yeah, it's always been like, we just agree to disagree and we have our
right.
feelings, but it's never been like an angry time,
Right. And we like who we like. And for the
Yeah.
most part, for the bigger parts, like, the situation with OG and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
we also disliked the things that we didn't like,
Yeah.
together, like the overall makeup of the show. It just,
Yeah.
like I said, it does vary from cast to cast.
Mhm.
And obviously we do have our favorite people.
Yes.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that makes for a balanced kind of commentary, and I appreciate you. Just because, like, I'm not a YouTuber, I don't have a channel and all that stuff, us having these conversations, because like I said, I've been watching it since the beginning. And like after Miami ended, a lot of the friends that I would talk about with
Mhm.
kind of fell off. So I had nobody to really kind of have a real good, full conversation with about Basketball Wives. So this has been so much fun for me. And I'm just here for you. Like I said before, like
Yeah,
when
you always say that.
yeah, initially when you
And thank
asked
you,
me.
Tiffany GT. She says she enjoyed it and thank both of us.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you, Tiffany GT, for tuning in. And again, this is just to support you. And really, I don't think we connected initially from Basketball Wives. I think we initially connected from the nonsense that brought me to your channel,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so one of the topics that came up was Basketball Wives, and you were like,
Mhm.
"You love it?" I was like, "I love it," and you were like, "I love it too."
And we
Let's
agreed
talk
on
about
Evelyn and it was good.
it. Yeah, and right, right, but it was more of like, "I love it too," and let's talk about it. And then a year passed because we didn't even know if it was going to come back, and
Yeah.
then it came back, and you were just like, "Do you want to do this?" And I was like, "Absolutely, absolutely,
If they have another season, we're definitely doing it together.
absolutely."
I love the way that we're able to navigate together, and that
Yeah.
for me it means a lot because there's people, and I mean most of the time they like you more than me, So
Aw. Or no, no, don't just say like, because they are
well, they
subscribers of
agree with you more
yours.
than they agree with me. I'll
Yes,
say that.
exactly. And I think that just, like I said earlier, that just creates that balance.
Yeah.
I just, I am older. I'm not going to say wiser. I am older, but I have a little bit different perspective.
Mhm.
And, I could speak to a lot of the Black women kind of, subjects that pop up. And, it's just fun. It's just fun to talk about. It's like, obviously we know this is like trash TV. It's not like,
Yeah.
like it's not like we're doing any, curing cancer or anything like that. It's just
Yeah.
fun. They're messy. We could be messy with them. We could be messy with each other, and it's all love,
Yeah.
So that's it.
And I just want to say one more time, shout out to my girl Brandi Maxiell. No,
And okay, and if you're gonna do that, I say also shout out to my girl Malaysia. We want to see you
absolutely.
back. We want to see you back. And if
Shout
the
out to
star,
both of them, to be honest.
yeah, if the
Yeah.
stars align, we'll see them both back together.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we'll see some of the other people like British not participate, and maybe they'll have a moment to kind of
I don't. I
mend
mean,
things.
Brit. I don't want British back. I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't.
British look like she's going to the swap meet every time we see her.
Yes.
Like
Yes,
I
I'm
just
sorry,
don't.
but it's true. true. It's so true.
She showed up to the reunion in those tights and stuff.
It looks horrible with all the colors and the Moschino necklace, and it just wasn't giving anything other than swap meet. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I just don't need to see her back. And I don't want to hear about her legal woes. I'm good with the 3Bs, but that's just me.
Well, y'all, that's it for our reviews for the Housewives, for the basketball, love and hip hop basketball wives. I love you guys for sticking with me and Cindy during this, because I know a lot of y'all are not watching the show.
Yeah.
But I definitely thank you guys for joining us for this. We're signing out.
We're signing out
for this season.
And everybody, please hit the like button, you know, and if you're watching the replay game, please make a comment and hit the like button. We're trying to, and it's working. Thank you guys so much, because it's working. Let's push him back out into the algorithm. And, I'm sure whatever content you're going to come with, I know you're doing Nola and you are doing Roja, I think that's going to help push you back up there, because I feel like the season is going to be explosive with Housewives. Yeah. And I'll be in the bushes.
All right. And I love you, Cindy.
I love you too. Do you want me to drop down and you close out your show?
I'm about to end it, so yeah, that's fine.
Okay, bye guys. Right, Thank you guys.
Bye, Cindy. We love you.
Bye, SoDeb. All right, bye guys.
All right, guys. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that. Let me take this allegedly down, because don't allegedly do any of this. What I'm about to say. Make sure you guys go ahead and like, subscribe, turn your notifications, turn them on all on my videos so you get notified when I go live. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys love Cindy C. If we do anything basketball, you will see Cindy again. Cindy pops up for other things as well too, so you still will see Cindy probably, or in the chat somewhere. But thank you guys for joining me and Cindy for all of this mayhem of Basketball Wives. Y'all, I love y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.
I did it. 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 Did it. You did it. I did it. You did it. Did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it.